Like I can hear you. I don't know if the chat's through you,
We
but
started.
the video's
We started.
okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I thought I started the stream. I just went through this whole thing breaking down what's going on in markets, guys. And apparently we hadn't started the stream yet. So this is my fault. I'm an idiot. But we are here today, guys. We are here today.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, we're here, dude. I started the stream.
I thought it like maybe it just wasn't running for me because everybody was talking about like the stuff you were talking about. I was like, oh, okay, so they're getting it at least, you know.
Yeah, no, I started the stream. Apparently, I started the broadcast, but I didn't start the stream. And apparently, there's a big difference. Maybe I selected the wrong thing. But we are here today. The Nasdaq is under 30,000. Korean, chip makers are selling off SK Hynix and Samsung, and you can kind of see those pullbacks in memory this morning here. So if we take a look at everything going on right now, yeah, let me pull this forward. But look at the Nasdaq today. Nasdaq is now under 30,000. 30,000. Dipping down a little bit. One of the big things that we got yesterday was that Warsh was less hawkish than people expected. Yeah, he did say inflation was a focus and that they were going to work on getting inflation down, but he also said that essentially we've seen inflation settle, and so I'm guessing we're going to wait. And yields did fall from Warsh yesterday, so we did see yields fall down. Another thing is that crypto is up today. MicroStrategy is up. Bitcoin, US dollar is up. You can see Bitcoin right here at 61,225. So yeah, markets are up a little bit. Their markets are down a little bit this morning, but crypto and other things are up, which is interesting. We also have non-farm payrolls and unemployment at 8:30. So, one of the big stories pushing memory down with everything else, and that's one of the reasons the NASDAQ and stuff is down, is because you look at MU, it's at 1,000. You look at SanDisk, it's under 2,000, which is a big pullback from the big runs. And so essentially Meta's AI compute story is bearish for memory. It's one of the big, prints here. That's kind of making people nervous. We did have the Meta news that they were getting into cloud. We also had news overnight that Apple is apparently going to be buying Chinese memory chips. Apple's in negotiation to buy memory from China. The two companies that they're looking to buy it for are Pentagon blacklisted firms. So that news happened overnight. The Kospi slumped. Samsung is down 9+%. SK Hynix dropped 14%. So a massive drop. The Nikkei did rebound though, but Meta announced yesterday, and one of the reasons driving this, Meta actually reacted positively to it, believe it or not, yesterday. So Meta, it did end up going up. You can see how much Meta went up yesterday, hit 620s. It's back down to 614s today. But Meta announced plans to sell excess AI compute to build a cloud business. And so if Meta has excess AI capacity, then AI infrastructure build up may be ahead of demand. And that's what people are kind of worried about, more supply than demand, and more worries about that. It questions the excess capacity thesis. It undermines the HBM shortage worries that we've been seeing, pushing memory stocks so high today. So that's one of the reasons this is going on. And again, guys, going back to it, we do have non-farm payrolls at 8:30 in about an hour and 6 minutes here today. So a lot of stuff going on. We're streaming, right? Yeah, we better be live today right now. Okay. Yeah, y'all can hear me now, right? Yeah, y'all can. All right, good.
It sounds like an AT&T commercial.
Y'all can hear me, right? We're here.
Can you hear me now?
Hello, John. I can't hear the birds chirping. Oh, they're here, dude. Trust me. I know now. They are here.
Chirp.
All right, good. But good morning, chat. Good morning, my friends. Hopefully you guys are doing... It's a beautiful morning. We got payrolls. Yeah, you are good. Okay, let me say hello to the chat. What's up, Pew? Rooftop, Kaltenberg, Jono, Steve, Sam, Proxy, Angel, Kaltenberg, Kevin, Max, Don, Dragos, Faye. Good morning, Faye. We have Java, Pew, Raga, Interesting, Magnum, Fowles, Richards, or Rihards, Burke, Film, Corey, DJ, Robert, Charity. I'm trying to go through the list. Julia, or Julie, Obsessed. I think I said Proxy already. Solar, Jono, and everybody else here this morning. Yeah, MicroStrategy is up today. Raymond, Rick, Alyssa, Almac. Good morning, guys. We are here today. Yeah, look at gold though. Gold at 4,075. So gold is doing good. Bitcoin is doing good, which is interesting. We're also hearing news about potential Bank of Japan intervention. It fell from 160s. US Japanese yen fell from 162 to 160s overnight. 130 pip drop. Immediate aggressive selling pressure. Now at levels not seen since June 18th. This is probably actual intervention where they come in and they actually buy up bonds, take big trades. Dollar index, you can see the dollar index here. 101's fallen all the way down from 101.4s. It's at 101 basically right now. It could also be markish. The market's positioning ahead of NFP data as well, but 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's expected at about 110, down from 172 last time. Unemployment hasn't really come in at a different number besides 4.3% that we've seen in the last few minutes. The Bloomberg whisper is about 140,000 for payroll, so they think payrolls are going to come in pretty strong. We will see what happens. Some big talking points for this is that the World Cup and seasonal jobs, they think could add 40,000 plus jobs to, headline NFP data. Local government hiring did come in, pretty strong in May. Weekly claims have been edging higher, but we've had pretty strong, data here for jobs. Over the last 3 meetings, we've had very strong job prints, all ahead of expectations here. And again, the real news kind of shaking markets is the Meta news yesterday. And again, I'm going to explain this again. If Meta has excess AI capacity, then it means AI infrastructure might be ahead of demand, less demand, not as much HBM shortages and, bottlenecks there that we were thinking. And it also contradicts, a few days ago we announced that Korea is doing a almost $1 trillion AI plan, the largest ever for any country. And so, if the Meta news where they announced to sell excess AI compute to build cloud, if that shows that they have excess AI capacity, it might kind of hurt the thesis of that plan a little bit, if that makes sense, right? And that's why memory stocks are fading down. That's why Korean markets drop so much overnight. That's why markets are nervous, with all that stuff going on, because it essentially could signal overvaluation fears in memory plays is what's going on. But again, you can look at MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is almost back to 100. Where's Stretch at? Stretch is at 89s. So it's coming back a little bit. Bitcoin, US dollar at 61s. A lot of this is probably from Wash not being as hawkish as people thought. And again, we did talk about it. Apple is going to be buying Chinese memory chips apparently for devices sold in China. Apple also talked about its foldable iPhone ramp. And NVIDIA introduced revenue sharing model for AI cloud partners. So partners can procure NVIDIA infrastructure for enterprise customers. They earn product revenues plus a share of cloud revenue. So the first partner is Sharon AI and Firmus. It's becoming a de facto cloud company as well. OpenAI proposes government stake. Crude, if we take a look at crude here, is all the way down to 67s, even lower. Still doing talks, indirect talks through mediators apparently in Doha, but talks are still going on. They look optimistic. I saw some quotes here about all this stuff, and they're about what you would expect. They say daily traffic through the Strait of Hormuz appears to have stabilized between 30 to 60 crossings in the past 7 days, with an average of 40 vessels a day crossing so far this week, according to ship tracking data. Yeah, but we did get news about an hour ago that Iran's director of Sonar Institute for Strategic Studies says a new round of talks has begun in Doha, and according to Iranian sources, these talks are not direct and are being conducted through a Qatari intermediary. The next round of talks is set to be held on the 18th of July, according to Al Arabia. So that news is going on as well, and all this leads to NFP data. You can see the big timer at the bottom. We do have NFP data going live today. So NFP, non-farm payroll data going live 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Unemployment going live 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll see what that data looks like. But we do have a shortened day today. Stock market closes at 1, I believe, today. So we'll see what happens. But payroll showed up 172 last time. Today they're expected 110 to 115. Really, unemployment unchanged. We also have jobless claims unemployment since the market's closed tomorrow. We have jobless claims unemployment at another time. So it's all about jobs today. Jobless claims. You can see oil still dipping down some. It's at 67s. right now. So oil's dipping a little bit here. And yeah, it's a beautiful day, guys. It's a beautiful day. What do you guys think? Do we get bullish or bearishness today? Well, the stock market's a half day, I believe. I might be wrong.
We should find that out.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. No, today's not a half day, apparently. It's a normal day. Okay. Sometimes July 3rd, depending on what day it falls on. But yeah, today is not a half day. My apologies. I am wrong. But look at oil still dipping here. So oil's still falling. I'm going to check some of this breaking news that we're getting here. India has no plans to reduce fuel prices, apparently. JP Morgan said to join Gulf banks on $7 billion loan. 4 super tankers hauling crude loaded at Saudi Arabia's main export hub appeared in the Gulf of Oman on Thursday, carrying 8 million barrels. So it's looking like flow is starting to get back. That's probably why oil's starting to drop. But again, the main event today, look at oil dipping down to 67s as we speak here. So $67 a barrel for WTI crude right now in crude futures. But again, the market expects about 114,000 jobs in June, down from 172. If we have a strong jobs report, markets might not like it today. Markets have historically, over the past few weeks, reacted negatively to strong job prints. We've seen strong job prints and we've had negative reactions in a lot of ways. That means markets could fear inflation and fear higher interest rates, or a high, holding at the rates that we're at now. They might fear rate hikes. And so we'll see what we get today in terms of the jobs report. We get a lot of jobs reports, a lot of jobs data dropping at 8:30 in an hour. So we got a lot of stuff going on today at 8:30 specifically here. The stock market is closed tomorrow. The futures market is open, but I don't know if I'm going to stream. We'll see.
Okay, I was just curious because I was looking for events and it just says, bank holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, so tomorrow futures are open for a half day, but the stock market is closed.
Okay.
Yeah, Tesla deliveries today as well. We do have Tesla deliveries at 9 o'clock. So we have non-farm payrolls, unemployment at 8:30, and then Tesla deliveries at 9. So we'll see what that looks like as well, and that might be interesting. Yeah, oil's still breaking down here today, though. Look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's sitting at 30,000. Gold at 4,070s here. Yeah. Hey, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Let's bump those likes up to at least 100 right now real quick. Hey, what's up, G-Man? How you doing, bro? What's up, Zeke? Trump won't let rates go up. Not sure what Wash. Yeah, I mean,
He can't really stop it.
Wash?
I mean, if they need to go up, I mean.
I think the market fears higher interest rates. And if we take a look at yields this morning, yields did move a bunch from Wash. Go all the way. Yields did drop a pretty decent amount here. You can kind of see the net effect of Wash yesterday, although we did pop right back up some today, though. So we didn't stay down here regarding yields. But the net effect was down. We are down from the peaks that we were showing prior to Wash. It was somewhere in the middle. They really pressed him for forward guidance. He really didn't want to give it. But I would say him saying inflation is settling down and we're going to wait and see what that does. I think it seems to me, it seems neutral, but with a tad bit of dovishness, personally. What did you guys think? Did y'all think Wash was hawkish or dovish yesterday? Let me know. This is an interesting question because he said both sides. He was kind of neutral. You can put neutral in chat right now as well. But he seemed neutral with some dovishness. There's a little bit of hawkishness thrown in there. He did say inflation was a problem and that they would be essentially attentive to the dual mandate, which is both sides of it, which is inflation and, economic weakness, focusing on inflation and economic weakness. So, Dove. Yeah, to me, he sounded dovish. He was different yesterday.
Neutral with a hint of dovishness.
Yeah, that's kind of how I got it.
Sounds like a bottle of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, he was signaling, look through oil, AI. Did talk a lot about AI yesterday for sure. But again, apparently next talks are in July. Down as Doha talks show progress, is what they're saying. So the Middle Eastern talks apparently are going okay, and that's one of the reasons oil has been dipping This morning and yesterday, oil down to 67s right now. There's a lot of references to the forbidden number, you know, but yeah. Gold, man, what do you guys think? Do y'all want to buy gold? Bitcoin did pop over 61,000. Again, potential intervention. Wash dovish means risk on for crypto. Potentially strategy is back up some. Let me change this music. I can't handle this music. Let me see. Warsh played into seasonality. He wants to cut rates to 0. Yeah, Mark Perry, I am in Michigan. Michigan is hot right now, dude. It is hot here, bro. I was expecting it to be cool. It is not cool at all. It is a different way of attacking inflation. Yeah, I mean, he's historically been critical of like printing and quantitative easing, so I don't think he's going to print. He wants to reduce the balance sheet, in my opinion, but printing is an inevitability. It's something that eventually will happen. But Warsh, historically, you know, he wants low interest rates. That's his bias, but he's also been historically critical of printing and quantitative easing. I'm expecting a beat for NFP data, to be honest. Although earlier in the week, we have had multiple job reports this week now. They're not as big as NFP, but we had JOLTS come in stronger than expected on Monday. We had Tuesday we had JOLTS come in stronger than expected. Yesterday we had the ADP report that showed weaker than expected here. And then today we obviously get the NFP and jobless claims. And yeah. He's too young to have history. I mean, he can have history. I mean, he experienced the 2008 financial crisis, you know? So, I mean, that's enough history. No, the 70s and 80s, I understand the worries there with how high things got, how high yields got, I think, how high inflation got. But
on the 70s and 80s specifically?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially with like, you know, the oil embargo and stuff like that, gasoline shortages and
all that stuff. Yeah, for sure. It was crazy.
Yeah, my dad said it sucked having to wait in line to gas pumps.
I believe it, dude. I believe it. I'm gonna do a poll.
Like half an hour.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's kind of like the hurricanes in the south, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a poll here: higher or lower NFP today? Higher, lower.
Good poll, John.
Yeah, it's a good poll, I think, today. Who we get? I'll do, does NFP today come in higher or lower than the 114K expected? We'll do higher or lower as expected. NFP is one of those things that rarely comes in as expected, but there's the poll. The poll is now live. You can now vote. Hey, what's up, Sorrel? What's up, my friend? How you doing, brother?
What's up, dude?
Oh, yeah. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. I don't know where the likes are at now, but I think they could be better here. No, I'm not beyond begging, guys. Gold. AMD ran a lot yesterday, too, man. Meta. Again, that cloud business thing is what's shaking markets here. You can kind of see the correlation. Like, if I put up Meta and I put up SanDisk next to each other, like, here's a 30-minute chart on both of them. You can kind of see, like, when the Meta news came out, SanDisk did not react well to it. So here's Meta at the opening bell yesterday, and here's SanDisk. So you can see the difference. This is why the Kospi, the Korean markets, they're all down. Just from, you know, Meta getting into... Meta saying they have excess AI capacity makes it seem like maybe the memory shortages are being overblown, is what this is. And the reason SanDisk, the reason MU all pumped up over the last year is from these the energy shortage thesis. And yeah, so that kind of downplaying it a little bit more. Yeah, so again, Meta announced plans to sell excess AI compute to build a cloud business. This came out yesterday. I really didn't know what was tanking markets, but then I figured it out. The excess AI compute, they said it. If they said they basically have excess AI capacity, which means AI infrastructure might be ahead of demand, questions the excess capacity thesis undermines MU, and SanDisk runs a little bit here. That's what's making markets nervous. All right, looking at our poll, I said higher, lower, as expected. 58% think we come in higher than expected. I think we come in higher too. I'm just going to go with a trend continuation today with regards to non-farm payrolls. I think we've seen a lot of strong job prints, so I'm going to go with higher. I'm going to go with higher, maybe flat, but we rarely come in exactly flat. So somewhere around 110s, 115s. I think would be not unexpected. Polymarket shows a different NFP than expectations. What's Polymarket showing? I mean, I think Bloomberg's Whisper had it at 140s today, which would mean stronger than expected, of course. But yeah. Let me look at economics. Yeah, there's currently 82% chance on Polymarket, no change in rates next month. Let me see if I can find NFP here on Polymarket. Yeah, I'm showing Polymarket shows the majority. The majority is at 100 to 150, which is about the same, right? Like, that's about normal. So, we'll see, guys. We'll see, but it drops today. Is higher in what? Good or bad for crypto? Oh, higher payrolls? It's bad. It's not good. I mean, it could. It depends on what the markets want, but I would say in general right now, Bitcoin with gold, like Bitcoin and gold have been moving with each other. They've been a little different the last week, though, to be honest. But like Bitcoin and gold both want easing. They want lower interest rates. They want easing. And, the higher payrolls are, the less easing we might potentially get, the more worries about inflation that might move forward into the next Fed decisions this year. And so I would say higher is worse. Lower is better for crypto and gold specifically, but it's nuanced. It's not super easy always to figure out that correlation. I wouldn't necessarily base trades around it right now with how gold's been responding with the Bank of Japan things, with the dollar index, with yields moving in an interesting way, with Warsh's comments. I don't think it's necessarily easy to attack those correlations, and I think a lot of them are getting baked in now and ahead of it and afterwards. So are you placing trade for FOMC? FOMC's not today, brother. We got NFP data today. That's the bigger release. But oil is down. So something that might be dropping yields is oil continuing to fall. Although, again, as I think Lagarde said it yesterday, and I certainly don't agree with everything Lagarde says, but she did say watching oil can be a kind of a moot point with all the swings that we're getting in it. Tesla deliveries are at 9 a.m. So they're at 9 o'clock. So yeah, 9 a.m. for Tesla deliveries. Higher with all those tip jobs from the World Cup. Yeah, we've heard a lot about that recently. John, you missed the dip on the NASDAQ. I know, bro. I know, dude. I'm sorry. Buy or sell? I have no idea. Unemployment rate expectations poll. Unemployment's coming in probably around 4.3%. It's been so consistent at 4.3%, though, that I think if unemployment does not show up at 4.3%, that might be a market, moving thing as well, just because it's been so consistent at 4.3. So we show up at 4.4, markets might, I don't know if markets are going to want it or not want it, because again, we've seen weird things in markets. When inflation is an incredible focal point in terms of fears in markets. We saw this in 2022 and 2023, in which, in 2020, we had to kind of super ease and print to get us out of the stuff going on with supply chains and inflation and all the stuff, or with lockdowns and all the craziness of 2020. By 2022, 2023, inflation was at 9+% for CPI inflation. And so in those markets, whenever we would get payroll prints, and some of the payrolls at the time, like as the market was rebounding from 2020, like a few years later when the jobs market started to come back up, markets didn't like it because that was a period of time in which we had really high inflation. Right, so stronger job prints, we saw some really deeply negative reactions in those years from like 240,000 job prints. The market didn't like it at all. It was too hot in their mind. I don't know if we're in the same dynamic now. Again, at that period of time, inflation was 9+%. Right now we're at 4%. So we're about halfway to where we were now, but I don't think it completely discounts the dynamic there where we could see negative reactions from these type of job prints, right? So from really strong job prints. But we'll see. We'll see what the market does. We got to watch oil. We're going to be watching gold. Get a little kickback, Britt.
I'm not doing anything. Oop, now I hit my glass just now, but other than that, I haven't been doing anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Gold just jumped up. Yeah, NASDAQ is starting to bounce a little bit. And we are seeing kind of interesting movement. Look at the NASDAQ jump here. Let's see if we got any news. NASDAQ just technically went green on the day. It's back over 30,000 here. Yeah, we're getting a lot of kickback, Britt. Could be breathing,
Okay.
could be you moving. I'm not sure what it is.
All right. I mean, I can just mute it for a little while.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Your fault. I'm angry.
I know, dude. I can feel the anger coming from you. It's palpable. Yeah, SpaceX here. We can look at it. NASDAQ went green, but it's kind of flat right now. SpaceX back up to 160s. It's kind of been back and forth here. Software's taking over. Yeah, I see people asking me to look at Adobe. What's up, Steve? Adobe, I see it at 215s, almost 216. So we are seeing some service rebounding here. ServiceNow back up a little bit today. Again, Microsoft's actually green on the day. Hyperscalers like Google are down. AMD down. MU down. NVIDIA is sitting at 196s. So NVIDIA is still struggling. Sounds like an ultrasound. It does, Faye. That's right. That's exactly what it sounds like, Britt, is an ultrasound.
How'd y'all know what I was doing over here?
Britt's got an ultrasound tech on command over there. You know, they're doing things. When are you expecting, Britt?
Oh, any year now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There's the Dixie, though. The Dixie's down to 101s. Probably from lower yields getting priced in. I don't know if the pullbacks in markets are necessarily helping keep yields high. I think yields are probably falling a little bit on that front, too. But will it be bullish or bearish? I don't know. I did see the gold spammers back. So I figured it out. The gold spammers apparently show up during FOMC chairman speeches. So that's when we see the gold spammers show up. Because they were here yesterday, you know. Buy or sell gold. Buy or sell gold. They said over and over and over again. Britton as loud as I've ever heard him. He's just more confident today, I believe. Is the sound good, though?
His name is Bobby. His name is John.
Who's... Oh.
Just a joke.
Yeah. MU strong bounce level. Yeah, I mean, for MU, I think $1,000 is that level. You know, we're right around 1,000. You can see $1,000 hold support. You know, like a bunch of times here. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Just a big round whole dollar milestone psychological level for MU. And so I think if we're watching milestone levels, I think that's one we got to watch today. So we'll see. But the gold task force, again, bullish or bearish on the day right now? Let me know. Are you bullish or bearish on the day, guys? Market may go up at least 1%. What about gold? We've been looking at gold, Rich. 4,000 may turn out to be cheap on gold. Definitely cheap on gold. Buy gold, they say. Bullish, bull. Sound of Michigan in the background. I'm nature here. Nature's calling me today, guys. I don't know if it's telling me
confidence is exuberating. I just punched my boss in the face. Hey, Britt in no way endorses the punching of bosses in the face, so that's on you.
Yeah. Headline: Britt encourages violence. You know.
Actually, that'd be funny to see in a newspaper. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'm looking at everybody, mostly bulls today. I see bull, bear. I can respect bears. Little Faker, I saw you yesterday, bro. You hated the host. You hated the interviewer. Man, you had a passion for hate yesterday, Little Faker. You know? A beacon of violence. Yeah, that's right. Bull. Bull gold, bear NASDAQ, bull. Market will just trade in a range today, in my opinion. I don't know, bro. We got volatility stuff today. I mean, I think a lot of people are traveling, to be honest. But we have volatile stuff today. We've got non-farm payrolls. We've got unemployment. We've got jobless claims. We've got Tesla delivery numbers. We've got MU and chip stocks pulling back heavily overnight after the Meta news. We've got Meta up big from the Meta news. There's a lot of stuff going on in markets right now that might add to the volatility. Of course, it depends on what the numbers that we get show up as today. But it's not been... We don't have a lack of catalyst today. We do not have a lack of catalyst. So why gold will be bullish? A gold bull thesis is probably if like payrolls come in slightly weaker than expected might make gold go up because of lower yields means people rotate into gold, if that makes sense. Same thing with crypto. Whenever, again, gold, you have to think about the market in two different sectors in terms of assets, right? There's two different types of things that you can buy. There's what's called risk on, which is like equities a lot of the time, which is indices, NASDAQ, S&P, gold, Bitcoin, and more. Those are kind of risk on assets. Those are non-yielding assets is what they are. That's why they're dubbed risk on, because they don't yield anything and you're just looking for them to go up, if that makes sense. And then you have risk off assets, which is like bonds. Bonds and things like bonds that pay yields are risk off assets. That's what people gravitate to whenever they're scared of conventional markets like indexes and stuff like that. And so with gold and Bitcoin especially, they want lower yields. They want printing. They want, especially in the market lately, that's what we've seen. But the dynamic is kind of off and on, to be honest, right now. My wife said she'll stop seeing her boyfriend if I can pass this challenge. Hey, good luck, basketball. It's important. It's important, bro. So are you bullish in gold or bearish?
It's all about
Yeah, go ahead, dude. Keep on.
Oh, I was just saying it's all about perspective. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know. But
yeah, that's true. That's definitely
also, true. I think it's unfair that gold gets all the attention just because it's worth more. Where's silver? Is silver up on the day? That's what I want to know.
Silver is up on the day. It's over 60. 60 seems to be a psychological level for silver. Previous closing price, it closed yesterday at about 59.60. I'm new in trading, but I want to know gold will be bull or bear. Bro, nobody knows if gold's going to be bullish or bearish. In fact, I don't know if you're not a bot here, gold guy. Let me actually ask you to comment at something else besides buy or sell gold. Lynn, comment right now. What's your favorite?
What do you think?
What's your favorite Scorsese movie right now in chat right now? What's your favorite Scorsese movie? Let me know.
Either that or your favorite color Power Ranger.
Yeah, dude. We need some outside of market answers here to make sure you're not a bot, bro. If we don't get that,
I like the Green Ranger.
The green was the best one. The ponytail. I wanted a ponytail as a kid because of the green one.
Me too, dude. He was gangster.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Today it can be manual and adventures by market makers. I'm talking to Lynn here. Zeke, today's market red or green? I don't know, brother. I don't know. It really depends. So far, it depends on what we're talking about. Markets. MU is red. SanDisk is red. A lot of tech is red. Nvidia is red. Google's red. AMD's red. So, I mean, if we're talking tech, it's red today. Partly from the Meta news. Meta's green. Or Meta was green. It actually just dipped under 612s.
What's your favorite Scorsese movie, John?
Goodfellas.
Mine too, actually, I think.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with you on that. A lot of good ones. I was not a fan of Taxi Driver, but most of his stuff I really enjoy.
Yeah. What's your outlook on gold? I like gold, guys. I do like gold. Long term. Short term, I have no freaking idea what it's going to do. And it depends on where oil prices are. And speaking of oil prices, oil's down. Just dipped under 67s here. So oil has been dropping today. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to guess on most things short term, I would say. I mean, with a few exceptions, but like gold is always going to be worth something.
Yeah. Do you think SpaceX will bounce either today or Monday in expectation for July 7th when it gets added to the NASDAQ is what you're referencing? And it could. It could be buy the rumor, sell the news. It moves up in anticipation of it and then fades into next week and then runs into next week. I don't know. Yeah, oil is at pre-war levels. It's at 67s, which I think is like the perfect price for oil, all things considered. It's not high enough to discourage buying. It's not low enough to hurt margins. So I think it's actually right around the sweet spot. The sweet spot might actually be $78 if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember the sweet spot for oil.
I get different readings. I've heard 65, 67, 70. And then I also heard the other day in like modern markets between 70 and 85 is ideal. Yeah. But basically you want a large enough profit margin to incentivize oil companies to continue exploratory drilling.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's true for sure. Just an automated man. Is Brit too loud, guys? I could turn him down. Should I turn Brit down? What's the volume like on Brit? Yeah, Landman, I did see that on him.
I did see part of that on Landman, but I've also, like I said, my family has worked in that industry. Not upstream, but downstream for 60 years.
Yeah, Brit is loud. Okay, I got you. Sorry, Brit.
Don't turn me down.
Oh, I'm turning you
No.
down right now. Is that better? That should be better. I know I'm not the loudest today because
I could have just whispered and done like, like loud volume ASMR.
yeah, I'm turning myself up and Brit down.
Turn me up, turn me loose.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, Brit, but I should be louder than you here, just to show the confidence in my voice here.
Yeah, it's posturing.
Yeah.
Assertiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, Brit is loud. Yeah.
It's like when JFK shook Kennedy's. When JFK shook Nixon's hand for the first time on TV and made sure his hand was facing out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You got to get that power move.
Yeah. I'm joking, but that's actually true.
Thank you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that should be a little bit better now. Yeah, that should be better now. Let me know.
Yeah, give us some feedback on the adjusted volume, please, chat.
Yeah, he's still loud? Is he really? Yeah. Bird is the word.
I don't know. Maybe I am, but Max messes with us sometimes.
Yeah. Well, look, Apple has been running up today on news that they're buying Chinese chips for their app. They're buying memory from China. So MUHBM threat potentially here. But Apple's basically flat on the day. I think a lot of markets are just waiting for the NFP data today. But man, Bitcoin and MicroStrategy are bouncing back here. Does anybody here want to buy Bitcoin and MicroStrategy? Anybody?
Nope.
Buy or sell gold? Apo, dude.
Thanks, Ryan and Max and everybody.
Yeah, again, NVIDIA, the other big news is that NVIDIA is apparently introducing revenue sharing model for AI cloud partners. So de facto cloud company coming for NVIDIA maybe.
Cool.
Did have a couple partners. Also, OpenAI is proposing giving the government a 5% stake in the company. So we'll see what happens there, but oil down, a little bit of more optimism in the Middle East. We're seeing less Middle Eastern news, which I am honestly very happy for. It's still going on, obviously, but it's less market influencing. We got news that tankers are getting through now. Good morning. What happens if it's up? If it's more than 11,000? I don't know. Yeah, the gold bots are here. Just so you don't call me a lurker, buy or sell gold. Dang it, cause chaos, bro. With that said, though, lurkers, friends, family, lurks. Are you here today, lurkers? If you never chat, I'm talking to you right now. You're like, hey, are you talking to me? I am talking to you right now. Chat in the chat right now. Quote that. Chat in the chat.
Friends, family, countrymen, lurkers, lend me your ears.
Right. Lend me your fingers. Communicate in the chat.
Well, I was really doing like a Robin Hood Men in Tights reference when they threw their ears at him.
Yeah, for sure. Average Jones, I see you. Homeworks, I see you. Are you talking to me, little faker, dude? You got beef with the interviewer yesterday. Hey, what's up, Christian? Who? Jenna. Chat in the chat. You're not a lurker, Proxy. Honestly, you comment here almost every day. Lurkers are people who watch the stream and never comment or never chat. That's what a lurker means, just to clarify. Look at the NASDAQ, though. The NASDAQ is right at the VWAP level. It went green for a split second today. It's starting to dip down. It's at 30,030s here. You want my background noise? In between lurker and chatter? Lurkers unite. Gold talk about gold. Yeah.
Max, he just commented one time and he's number one.
It's a beautiful day today, guys. Bought more MU at 1,000.
Sounds like it. I mean, the birds can be annoying, but when you wake up and hear birds chirping, pretty good idea. It's going to be a nice day.
It's kind of nice. Yeah, it really is. I mean, do I dislike them right now? Sure. Do I want to go yell at them? Yes. But is it kind of nice? Sure. NASDAQ dipping down, though. It just faded under the VWAP here, under the VWAP. Hey, what's up, Seth? Hey, all good, brother. Congrats on winning, dude. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to come in higher or lower. We did a poll. We got over 500 votes, 52%. think we're going to show up higher for payrolls today. And I kind of got to agree with the poll at once. I think we're going to come in higher as well. I don't know if it's going to be super high. I think we come in anywhere between, realistically, anywhere between like 105 and 130 is what I think we're going to show up as today. But who knows? I'm not really the best at predicting these. Lurking from Canada. What's up, James? All frequencies. Yeah. Call me Sir Lurks a lot. I can respect it, Swiss. I knew you'd be here.
I remember that character from King Arthur's court.
Yeah. Market's getting skittish.
What's the one you always get right, John? The
CPI.
Data drop.
CPI.
There we go. Yeah, that's impressive. I don't know how you do that. It's funny.
Honestly, I've told people this before, but with CPI, I guess what they want it to be. That really is how I guess CPI, and I've gotten it right a shocking amount. Actually, I'm not even trying to brag. I think it's kind of weird, but I get it right a shocking amount, and I kind of just go for what I think they want it to be.
You should do that for like a party trick, although it'd have to be like a very specifically timed party.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think they wanted it at 4 point whatever percent it showed up as last time. But I still got it right. I still got it right. John Lurk Picard.
I saw that. That's good.
Yeah, tomorrow is a holiday because the 4th of July is on the 4th. Believe it or not. But yeah, the 4th of July.
Some people say that.
Yeah, so tomorrow's the day before the 4th of July. A lot of people are traveling. Stock market's closed.
Oh, dude, I forgot about fireworks.
Oh, there's places. But yeah, look at the NASDAQ here. Yeah.
What is the NASDAQ doing, John?
NASDAQ just faded under the VWAP, and now it just popped back up. It's at 30,004. I will trade this release. What's your take on the Dow 30? Honestly, I don't know what the Dow's going to do. The Dow's been kind of wild. We've seen a lot of rotations and many different things, but the Dow's up to 52 still. Hit 53s a few days ago, which was all-time highs. 53,105 on the Dow. So watching the Dow for rotation out of tech is interesting. I think right now, here's the Russell. It's up today as well. Here's the S&P 500. S&P slightly green on the day. It's at 7540s. But a lot of these moves have to do with memory and stuff like that, to be honest. All right, guys, we have 27 minutes left. 27 minutes. Again, what asset do you guys want to buy today? Let me know. What do you guys want to buy today? Do you want to buy gold, S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, memory, NVIDIA, SpaceX? Let it be known in chat here, guys. Let it be known. Tesla's wholesale sales in China in June were 89,000 units, roughly. But what do you guys want to buy today? Let me know. Gold has a higher chance to bear. Yeah, that might be true. Bloom Energy.
It needs to. I don't know about you guys, but in terms of physical gold, at least I can't afford it. I don't know how many people can.
Yeah, it's starting to dip though. We'll see if it. 4,000 seems to be a buy level. No, I'm nervous. No one wants to hold long over the weekend. We'll see selling today. I don't know. Most people were bullish when I asked. Calls on MicroStrategy and Rigetti and Quantum. Bloom Energy and Micron. Holding cash. Earthing. Somebody says memory. What about for gold, mate? Dude, I've been talking about gold all morning. Again, I'm convinced some of y'all are bots. Stop it.
John, I want to talk about gold.
I know you just talked about gold, but what about gold, sir?
And while we're at it, have you heard about gold?
Yeah, that's what the chat is doing here today. S&P 500 at 7540s. Sell gold? All right, dude. I'm gonna start banning the gold spammers.
People are proselytizing about gold.
Our bro said he's got inside info. John, can we talk about gold? I know. Listen, we haven't talked about it enough today. Look at the S&P, though. Is this news real quick? That S&P is jumping here. Let me see what the NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ is jumping, too. It looks like we have some type of news. The president said U.S. spends more money on NATO than any other country and gets no benefits. Says it's ridiculous. Yeah, so I think this is a tweet or something. I see president quotes. Is. Okay, so yeah. The U.S. spends... I'm going to quote it right now. It says, the United States spends more money on NATO than any other country by far to protect them without getting any benefit from doing so. U.S., $999 billion. UK, 90-plus billion. France, $66.5 billion. Italy, $48 billion. Poland, $44 billion. Others, including Germany, are much lower. Ridiculous, end quote, U.S. president. I don't know if that's moving markets here, but markets are reacting to it, which is interesting.
I mean, he's been saying that forever, though.
Daly also said... AI investment shock has people wondering if it will be inflationary. So I see that going on as well. But look at the NASDAQ here. Speaking of this, let's look at gold. Gold is jumping up a little bit as well.
I was gonna say I just saw Farmer mention gold too.
Yeah, gold is a talking point. Bitcoin's still at 61,250s here. Let's look at Nvidia, MU. MU and microchips are bouncing back a little bit. SanDisk is back over 2,000. MU is back up to 1030s here. So interesting, nonetheless. Let's see what we get. But Task Force. Yeah, so a tweet. Is that yellow metal doing well? Gold. Yeah, look at MU. MU just went green on the day. It's up to 1030s here on this news. 1030s.
RPM says, is that yellow metal doing well?
So yeah, Fed's Daily, which is a voter for 2027, says AI investment shock has people wondering if it will be inflationary. So that's going on as well here, guys. We got 25 minutes, 24 minutes, really. Yeah.
Honestly, AI is getting so interwoven into like daily life and just all these different sectors. It's almost impossible. Well, it's possible for me to predict.
Yeah,
how it's going to affect everything.
Well, you get big runs and then you get pullbacks. Look at MU, guys, up to almost 1040. And again, this is after yesterday Meta helped tank the price. Look at Meta dipping here. So again, one of the things we're seeing is that Meta announced this came out yesterday and it tanked memory. Meta announced its plans to sell excess AI compute to build a cloud business. The words excess AI compute is what's freaked markets out over the last 24 hours here from this. Kospi slumped, SK Hynix, Samsung, the two largest memory producers in the world, dipped. Samsung apparently dropped 9% or more. SK Hynix dropped 14+%.
Well, I just like that. I like that company name, although it does sound like something out of Terminator.
Yeah. SK Hynix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia exported 6.3 million barrels per day in the first 6 days through Wednesday. Saudi Arabia's crude oil exports are near pre-war amounts. So that's good. I mean, if we're getting supply back up.
Yeah, and we do see Daily saying if central banks act too quickly, it could prematurely brittle things. If you act too slowly, it could be unwelcome for citizens. Well, yeah, I mean, too slowly rates, inflation, too quickly, it could affect things too. So it just depends on which direction he's talking about.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think they're saying bridle. I'm not certain, but I'm also not really certain as to the context of that.
Yeah. Well, you know how Fed members do.
Yeah,
I do see the Saudi news. I'm gonna start banning the gold spammers here, guys. I will start banning them.
We have been occasionally joking about it, but for real.
Yeah. Gold, we going up. MU was donating. Yeah, I saw that MU news about that.
And we could at least talk about other precious metals. How about palladium or platinum or,
yeah,
whatever.
Push up to, when's the meeting start? There is no meeting, bro. There's no meeting right now. There's genuinely no meeting.
This is the meeting. You're in the thick of it right now.
Yeah, no more gold showers here. All the gold spammers. I have a question for you guys right now. Gold spammers. Are you a dog or a cat person? Let me know in chat right now. It's important that we distinguish between actual gold spammers and real communicators here.
I am with dogs the way like grandparents are with grandchildren. I love them as long as they're somebody else's and I can give them back.
Yeah, listen. We need to know. We need to know whether you're a gold spammer or whether you're a beacon of communication. So let us know.
The words of the Meatloaf song, I gotta know right now.
Honestly, RPM, I'm glad you said that. He said he's a dog person. So, I thought you were a gold spammer. Now I know you're not. I like dogs better too, so we're friends now, I think.
Java says I like golden retrievers. That was a good one, Java.
Yeah, that's the best answer, honestly, for sure. I like golden retrievers. Hey, I can respect it. Yeah, you're right. We are going to throw it in sub-only mode right now. I think it'll help. So friends, subscribers from around the world, where are you guys from right now? What would you recommend trading at NFP data release? Oh, dude, I don't know, man. I would just be careful. I'd let it settle a little bit. A lot of prop firms, if you're trading firms, have restrictions specifically on trading NFP, CPI, and other big red folder events. So I think you got to wait at least a minute. So just be careful. We don't know which way markets are going to go. It depends on what the print shows. If the print's really high, markets might fear that. They might like it. It's really nuanced right now in markets with everything going on. Wash, again, I'm going to say it again. Wash, in my opinion, seemed more dovish than hawkish yesterday. He did acknowledge inflation was settling, oil settling, and more. So I think that helped yields go down, made people more optimistic for gold and crypto. But yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I love dogs. I take care of my mother-in-law every day.
Birds are my favorite. Yeah.
I have 2 dogs, and I think the gold talk is actually organic, not some bot farm.
Yeah.
I mean, to some extent, probably, but some people are just messing. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think gold's a big market in Forex too, like XAU. So speaking of gold, it just dipped down to 40.80s here. Still watching MU. MU now green on the day. SanDisk now over 2,000, technically green on the day. Nvidia is actually technically green on the day as well. A lot of these are pretty close to flat though. So Nvidia and more slightly green on the day. We'll see what happens though. Yeah, Boston. Florida. Did I ask where you guys are from? Did I ask that?
Yeah, yes, you did.
Oh, well, welcome, guys. Good thing I'm subbed. Hey, what's up, YSC? Hey, thank you, friend. It says buy the dip again? Yeah. Going short for gold. Dare I ask this? Do y'all like gold long or short? Short term. Long or short on gold short term? What do you guys think? Yeah.
What did you say? Long or short term? What? Sorry.
Long or short on gold short term?
Oh, I mean, like for a long term hold. Yeah, I mean, I'm long.
No. Longer gold on short on
Long.
long or short on gold for short term, Britt. For short term is the question.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I want to short it just because I want it to go down, just because I want to buy some. But
yeah. Let's see what the chat's got to say. Short term, long, short term, short. Long gold, short term. Never buy gold, waste of time. I thought you said no more gold talk. All terms I dislike gold. Short for now. Short, short, and long, long. I like dogs. Hey, what's up, Banana Republic? Yeah, you don't need to send me anything, dude. Dude, I got ADHD, bro. I might ask a question and then completely forget that I asked it. Speaking of gold short term, gold's now dipping down. Still very green on the day, though, with lower yield sentiment. And again, let's take a look at 2-year and 10-year treasuries. We looked at these a little bit earlier, and then we'll take a look at Fed rate cut odds, or Fed rate odds leading into this report here. So here are 2-year yields. You can see 2-year yields since March have skyrocketed since the high, inflationary aspect of the Iran conflict. But on a 1-day chart, they are down from wash, but they've basically been chopping since then. If we take a look at like Fed rate odds here, the odds of a rate hike next month in July are still back up to 31%. So we've seen kind of a rebound in rates and rate sentiment. 3500s. Now the bird's here, bro. Y'all just can't hear it.
I would love for it to get down to that level. I mean, and I know some people are saying that it's going to drop more than that. Realistically, does anybody actually think it's going to get under 3,000 or even under 3,500?
I don't know, dude. 16 minutes
I kind of
left.
doubt it.
Yeah. At some point, the people are going to stop ignoring natural debt. Yeah, here's SpaceX, guys. Where did SpaceX close the day? What do you guys think? It's at 160 basically right now.
Honestly, it's only being ignored right now because oil is bought and sold in US dollars.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and some of the reasons yields are down is that, again, markets are basically reacting to wash yesterday. Kind of flips the setup. Hot NFP might mean shorts covering. Cool NFP might mean risk on extends. Tech recovers. So we'll see if we get that dynamic where cool NFP, again, we might be in a situation. And again, this is a good option. I should have maybe done this for the poll, but I think it's a good question for the chat. Do you guys think the market wants higher or lower payrolls today? You might think we want higher. because strong jobs and all that good stuff, right? But again, in markets that fear inflation, like this current one does, at least to a certain extent, we could see the opposite dynamic. It's very possible we see the opposite dynamic where, strong job prints is bad. It means this could be inflationary, could make yields go up, could make markets go down, could make gold and crypto move down and more. It's very possible we see a dynamic like that today. And we've seen that dynamic over the last month, really, with job reports. So it's been an interesting market here. But yeah.
So weird. It's so weird, honestly, that good news for blue collar or middle class workers or whatever, jobs going up and all that kind of stuff, employment going up. It's weird that can be a bad thing. It really is.
But it absolutely can, and I've seen it many times before, right? And we've seen it over the last month. It depends on how much the market fears inflation. Like the Fed's job, just so you guys can understand it at home, the Fed's job is to keep things balanced. Right? Like they don't want too weak of jobs. They don't want too high of inflation, right? And those things can be opposites, So like if the economy's too weak, they can lower interest rates. If it's really desperate, they can print. If inflation's too high, they can raise interest rates. If it's really desperate, they can reduce the Fed's balance sheet, which is what's called quantitative tightening. The opposite of quantitative easing, which is printing, basically. And so it really depends on the nature of inflation right now. I do believe we're going to pause rates for the next 2 or 3 meetings. At the very least, I think we're going to pause. I don't think we're going to raise. A lot of people do. I do not. And I could obviously be wrong here, but I do not think we're going to, move rates for the next few meetings here. I think what they're probably going to do is they're going to wait and see if we continue to see lower oil prices and monitor what goes on in the Middle East, because that influences oil prices, right? So if oil stays low and we start to see inflation start to slow down, that's a situation obviously where we might continue to see pauses throughout the rest of this year. And if that happens, we could see a situation in which we make no rate changes and we close the year basically where we are now at 3.5, 3.75% for the federal funds rate. With that said, though, the NASDAQ is starting to bounce back into NFP. We have 13 minutes left until payroll data. 13 minutes left. Look at memory place. They're one of the things that are rebounding up. They're at 1050s right now.
I gotta say, I'm impressed every time you do that, John. It's a very effortless breakdown. And I know I sound like I'm being a little snarky, and I'm genuinely not.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Gold was 5,000 a year ago. Yeah, it was at 5,600 6 months ago. So gold moves. I've seen good job reports and the markets respond positively. Well, yeah, that's the normal dynamic. Like generally we want strong prints. It's to a point though, right? Like strong job prints are good if we show, if we've seen weakness in jobs over the last 6 months to where recession risks are there, we see, we see GDP start to be affected. We see all that stuff, right? That's the normal market dynamic. But again, it's nuanced. It's not always hot jobs is good and low jobs is bad. We do get situations where hot jobs is bad, and it depends on what it shows up as. If we show up over 200,000, that's a situation that might freak markets out, genuinely. So again, if we show up over 2K or over 200,000, we could see scary reactions in markets. We could see scary reactions in jobs. And so we'll see what happens today. Today we have NFP data, we have unemployment, and we also get jobless claims, which is a more real-time look at unemployment. We get jobless claims, guys, which is how many people are filing for unemployment week to week, a more real-time look at jobs. Lately, the jobless claims reports have been elevated, to be honest. Although I do think they showed up a little bit lower last time. They were at the 220s. They're expected at about 220 today as well. Last time they showed up at 215. We can also look for revisions in some of these numbers here. Remember, the last payroll print was 172,000. So the last NFP print was 172,000. Much stronger than expected. So we'll see what we get today on that front. Again, unemployment also a big factor here. Unemployment's been basically pegged to 4.3% for many labor market prints. So many labor market prints have showed unemployment at 4.3%. And so what that means is that obviously that's what is expected today. But if we do not show up at 4.3% for unemployment, that could cause volatility as well. So it's an interesting market for sure today. A lot of data releases. And it is a shortened week. Remember, stock market completely closed tomorrow. So the stock market is completely closed. What's the next what do you mean, what's the next sector to blow up after the memory hype subsides? What do you mean? Do you mean bad or good? What's the next sector to run or next sector to correct? What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna guess and say they meant run, and in which case I'm gonna say that your answer is gonna be robotics.
That's right. I think robotics is the future. I think robotics is the natural next step in the AI race. And I think robotics is going to be the future. It could be quantum. I still think quantum's a little earlier, and I think they might be correlated some too. But in my opinion, it's robotics. Software has been on a slump. Maybe it starts to rebound back up, but could be energy, could be nuclear as well. There's a lot of different correlations with stuff like that where, we could see a lot of things run. It's all connected to the AI, but yeah.
Yeah, so they're talking. I forget where I heard about this, but I know they've been talking about further and further miniaturization of nuclear energy. And they're talking about getting to the point where they can put like a tiny little nuclear reactor in everybody's individual home. And I don't remember who I heard talking about it, but I agree with them. They said that's a bad idea. Like people forget and mess up like the simplest stuff. I don't think they need to have access to like a tiny little nuclear reactor in their home.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. But I see a lot of people talking about robotics. Robotics, guys, it's not here yet, but it's the next money pool. It might not be for years, but I think quantum's still very early as well. Quantum is very fragile right now. It doesn't. It's a little early. I think it's a little early.
You think quantum is just uncertain at this point?
I think it's probable, but not 100%. Like 100%. The next big thing.
Yeah, I agree with you on the robotics part, though. I'm a little worried about it, to be honest with you, just from a societal standpoint. But I agree with you.
Yeah, and it's not just humanoid robotics like Optimus. It's just robotics in general. AI, using AI powered robots to do different tasks and eliminate manufacturing in certain ways, or help manufacturing but eliminate people. I think that's
We've just got to leave some stuff for human beings to do, not just in terms of the fact that human beings naturally need like goals and things to strive for, but just eventually, what are we supposed to do for employment?
Right. No, for sure. Hey, thank you guys. All right, guys. Robotics or which comes first, robotics or quantum? Let me know. Robotics or quantum? What do you guys think?
Probably quantum.
I don't know. I think robotics, but
well,
I think we're already in robotics.
It depends on to what extent you mean, I guess. Honestly.
Yeah. All right, guys. Look, we got 7 minutes. I'm going to pivot to payroll talk right now. We have 7 minutes left until the payroll print. Yeah. Look at the Nasdaq here. We put gold up. Gold's trending sideways. MU and Nvidia and chips have run a pretty significant amount leading into this payroll print, but the payroll print is almost here. 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. Yeah, so we do have the Fed's daily speaking. Labor market is stabilized, says there's no indication of weak economic resilience, even with inflation above target. He says that increased tariffs and oil price shock, but lower oil prices bring hope for relief. So we'll see what tech does here. Tech might want lower payrolls, to be honest, with just the nature of things going on right now. But we'll see what memory does. We'll see what Nvidia does on this print. See what Meta does. Meta's the big talking point today, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here we go. Tesla deliveries at 9. So again, we have payrolls at 8:30 in 6 minutes. We have payrolls at 6:30, and we have Tesla deliveries at 9 a.m. We did see Tesla's delivery in China rose by 24.4% year over year in June, according to prelim data from the PCA. But
cool.
Let's see what we get here. Again, real quick, guys, what's your last minute? I see most people saying robotics, but not everybody, for sure. Real quick. What's up, dude?
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah, so real quick, guys, what number? Give me a number. What number do you think NFP data shows up today? Like, what's your
projected
number?
Again?
115, roughly. 115,000 non-farm payrolls. Unemployment expected at 4.3%. Jobless claims expected at about 220.
I'm going to say 117 on a projected 114. What do you think?
That's not a bad prediction. I'm going to go with anywhere between 130 and like 105 is, I guess, sometime in a range. It's not as easy as CPI, but 125, 130. Jobless claims 230. Claude thinks 132. Yeah, I'm going to go with like 130 as my final guess.
Okay. And you're probably right, Femi. I was being a little jokey about it. but I think it would present some complications.
Yeah. All right, guys. So less than 5 minutes now. Less than 5 minutes. 96,000, 144,000. Healthcare going higher. 120. 125, 115, 120, 140. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you guys are basically thinking the same thing as me. PCE is the last week of the month, I believe. So we're not going to have PCE until the end of this month. So PCE usually comes out at the end of the month. Today is NFP data. We've had some job reports earlier this week, guys. So we have had job reports earlier this week. They've been mixed. Jolts was strong. ADP was weaker than expected at 90-something, if I remember correctly, for NFP data. All right, guys, here we go. 4 minutes. Exactly 4 minutes. If we get a good print, stock's ready to go up. What do you guys think is a good print, though, that like a Goldilocks print for NFP data? You know, I think a Goldilocks print might be somewhere like neutral underneath the expectation, so like 110. You know, it depends on if we think markets want higher or lower payrolls. Again, going back to that dynamic, it really depends on whether the market wants higher or lower payrolls today. So I don't know if market wants higher or lower, but...
Good morning, Boom Doc. Yeah, I was going to ask what your reasoning was for thinking that the Goldilocks is somewhere like beneath projection.
Because I think markets might fear inflation right now. Warsh's comments yesterday influenced the market a lot, made yields fall when he said inflation was settling. And so I think markets might fear inflation right now. And with higher inflation fears, they want to see inflation settle, which means they might want payrolls to come in slightly under expected. I think if it's too low, it might cause a knee-jerk negative reaction. But if it's too high, it might do worse. So Goldilocks would be slightly around expected, maybe slightly under expected, maybe slightly higher than expected too. But if it's around expected, I think that's good.
Okay.
Was Jolts lower than expected? I have to go back and look. Yeah, non-farm payrolls. NFP is non-farm payrolls. All right, guys, we have 2.5 minutes here. 2.5 minutes. Let's see what we get.
Okay. I think Jolts was significantly lower than expected, if I remember right.
I don't think so. Here, I could look.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, Jolts ended up showing up. Again, we got 2 minutes left. Jolts ended up showing up higher than expected, 7.59 million. So yeah, Jolts was stronger than expected.
Okay, I'm thinking of another report then.
All right, guys, here we go.
Sorry.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm quitting before I get home. 2 minutes here though, guys.
I'm glad.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Yeah. All right, guys, we have exactly 2 minutes left. And again, let me know if you're bullish or bearish. Looking at our poll, we got 1,500 votes. 51% think higher, 29% think lower, 20% think as expected here. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that's part of my everyday language. No insider trades moving the market. What's up, Fimi? I didn't see what your comment was because the chat's moving quick. But here we go. 1.5 minutes left, guys. 1.5 minutes left. Let's prepare ourselves. Let's see what payrolls show. I'll put the NASDAQ and gold up here today. And then we'll also look at like crypto, memory, and more. Here's the NASDAQ. But here we go. We have about a minute left. About 1 minute. All right, guys. About 1 minute left. We got about 3,000 people here. Let's see what this payroll print shows. Very interesting market right now. Memory did start to run back up, though, if we look at it. NVIDIA, Memory, MU, SanDisk did rebound. SanDisk back over 2K. Exactly 50 seconds.
BRB.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Less than 40 seconds left now. Less than 35 seconds. It's time. Hit the live button next to the play button, put it in 2x speed, and you won't be delayed. But let's see what this payroll print shows here. Again, we're expected at about 114,000 today for jobs. Get ready for the payroll print. We have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. NASDAQ running up a little bit ahead of this print, though. NASDAQ running up. Again, non-farm payrolls expected at about 115. Unemployment expected at 4.3%. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here's the payroll print right now. Let's see what we show here. All right, guys. Payrolls, 57,000. Noticeably weaker than expected. 57,000. Wow. Non-farm payrolls. Unemployment. Did
My
show up at
God.
4.2%. So we had lower unemployment and much weaker than expected. 57,000 non-farm payrolls. Jobless
Almost
claims
half.
showed up at 215K. So jobless claims showed up weaker or stronger than expected for jobs, but payrolls 57,000 here, guys. 57,000 non-farm payrolls, noticeably weaker than expected. Unemployment was also low as well, but non-farm payrolls 57,000. We'll put this up on screen right now.
NASDAQ running up.
Yeah, again, I thought we might get a positive reaction to weaker jobs though. Look at gold rip up. This will bring yields. Yeah, this will bring yields down here. Shocker for NFP data. Shocks for NFP data. Again, NFP jobs report. Yeah, so we shocked again for NFP data. Again, 57,000 non-farm payrolls. Let me put this up in the chat so you guys can actually see this. And again, let's dig deeper into this non-farm payroll report. So again, 57,000, unemployment rate was lower than expected. And again, let's take a look. But man,
Gold's up almost what, $60 on this? I mean, just on one candle.
Yeah, look, let's dig deeper into this report. But 57,000 here, 57,000. Much weaker than expected. NASDAQ did react positively to this report. But let's dig deeper here. So again, 57,000 non-farm payrolls. Yeah, big miss. So what grew? Barely. Professional and business services led the report at 36,000. Social assistance up 25,000. Healthcare up 22,000. Leisure and hospitality, a massive decline, 61,000. They noted weaker than usual seasonal hiring. The World Cup boost did not materialize, which is kind of what the killer is in this report here. 61.5% labor force participation rate. It dropped. It's down 0.3%. The unemployment rate is lower because people left the workforce. Interesting. Not a strength signal, a weakness signal. Long-term unemployment is rising as well at 286 over the year. 27.3% of all unemployed people are long-term. Part-time did not affect it as much. Again, 57,000, but man.
That's what, almost 50% of the predicted number?
Yeah, it's much weaker than expected here. So this is going to be very dovish. This is going to make yields fall. This is definitely going to make yields fall. But yeah, 57,000 non-farm payrolls here.
And meanwhile, gold's at 41.34 on the last three candles.
Yeah, gold is the bigger winner from this because this is going to make yields go down. If we take a look at yields right now, again, a shocking print here. A shocking print. Yields, I'm almost certain, are going to be dropping on this report because it's much weaker than expected jobs. Yeah, look at yields dump. Here's 2-year treasury yields right now. Look at these drops. So much weaker than expected NFP report today. Noticeably weaker than expected. 57,000 versus 115 expected here. Definitely not what I thought it was going to show up as. Even Bloomberg thought it would show up at 140 today. 57,000 here. Let me get this up on screen so you guys can actually see it. But man, much weaker than expected jobs print here. Much weaker than expected. Yeah, look, so here's the jobs print right here. 57,000 here. 57,000. Noticeably weaker here. Noticeably weaker. But man, that's bad. Again, government payroll showed 8K. Previous was 52,000. Manufacturing showed 3K. It's expected at 3K. The U6 rate showed up at 7.9%. It's actually a little bit lower than expected. But yeah, the market did react well to a weak jobs print, interesting enough. Sometimes the first move is the wrong move, though. And so it doesn't necessarily mean too much here. But here's the data release right here. I'll put it up on screen. So here's the data release. Let me get this up on screen so you guys can actually see it. But again, a lot of these, one of the big shockers is that seasonality did not play as much of a factor here. So seasonality did not play much of a factor. Gold is still at 4130s. It's going to be benefiting. I'm sure Bitcoin and crypto are going to be reacting well to this report as well. Actually, no, Bitcoin's down a little bit, which is even more interesting here.
Weird. You'd think it would track with gold.
Yeah, for sure. You would. But again, Bitcoin is already up. Let's see what memory's doing. I think maybe memory might be running a little bit on this report. Yeah, so look at MU. MU is up to 1060s. NVIDIA is up to 198s after this report. Look at gold go here, though, guys. Gold at 4130s. Talking over myself here. And again, just to recap this, this might increase the odds or decrease the odds of rate hikes, I'm assuming here. So again, Consensus was 110 to 115. It missed by over 50,000. Bloomberg expected 140, missed by 83,000. Prior was 172. It was also revised down to 129. So the previous print that was really strong was revised down to 129. Unemployment rate, which is actually lower. The BLS said it changed little, but average hourly earnings, again, 0.3% in line and 3.5% on the year in line. Wages are holding steady, but April was revised down by 31,000 from 179 to 148. May was revised down by 43,000. So combined revisions showed 74,000 revisions on the negative side, lower than previously reported. But man, they revised a bunch of the last reports down. And this number came in much weaker than expected. Look at the NASDAQ jump all the way up to 30,000 on a weak jobs print, which is, again, I told you guys, we might see this dynamic today here. We might see
a good prediction.
Yeah, I didn't think it would come in this week, though, but man. Yeah,
no, me either.
I don't think it's going to set up for rate cuts, but I think it's going to confirm pauses moving forward in the Fed. I think the Fed is going to be much more likely to pause rates for an extended period of time now after this report. I'm assuming the rate hike odds are going to decrease. They're still at 31.5% on my end, but I'll keep refreshing it. But I'm assuming those are going down. Look at gold and the NASDAQ. We might actually trade this too.
Could you check silver? I'm seeing here that it's up over 3%, around the 61.5.
Oh yeah, it's going to be running with gold right now. Just lower yields is what's moving this thing. But look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ likes this report. The NASDAQ does like this report. I don't know if I want to buy the NASDAQ right now, but look at this run here. So hold on, we might trade this a little bit on the NASDAQ. But look at the NASDAQ run. Wow. I think I missed the buy. I should have bought that first pullback maybe into this. But man, all right, is this bullish or bearish, guys? Do y'all want to buy or sell markets right now? Let me know what you want to buy or sell, and let me know if you want to buy or sell or not. But man,
maybe temporarily, but it's definitely bullish to me.
Should we be scared of a low print? It's way too low. Not necessarily. I think in a market that fears inflation and jobs that are still relatively strong, one low print shouldn't freak us out, but it also will push back rate hike odds. Well, we're less likely to hike rates now with this print for sure, especially next meeting and beyond. But man, the NASDAQ really likes this print. Really likes this print.
Basically, in this kind of market climate, a low print is kind of like a pressure release valve.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of takes some of the edge off of inflation.
Yeah.
Memory's running. Look at MU. MU almost back up to 1100. Just incredibly volatile.
What about SanDisk?
SanDisk is almost certain to be doing the same thing. Yeah, SanDisk up to 2100s here.
Awesome. I mean, from below 2000 up to 21.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people say first move could be the wrong move. I mean, that's definitely true. This could be the wrong move for sure, but it's a big move for a wrong move. Like sometimes the first move is the wrong move where like we push up and then we start to slowly go the other way. This is a big move on the upside. I'm not saying it's not the wrong move dynamic here, but look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ up to 30,280s. S&P up to 7571s right now. So, we'll see. But it could be a first move is the wrong move dynamic, but this is a big first move. Can y'all hear the birds now? First move are the algos, definitely the algos. I almost want to buy this dip, though. If I take it small, maybe. I might average into a larger position down to like 240 here, I think. So I just jumped in. I did just jump in. If it runs, it runs. But let's see. Very small trade. Again, I will average into this down to like 250s or 240s here on this account. Yeah, there's news today, guys. Payrolls just dropped. You can see the numbers in chat right now. Much weaker than expected. Lower unemployment, which is kind of interesting because we're lower than expected for unemployment, but weaker than expected for payrolls. Again, it might be a little greedy buying this pullback here, but I just want to see if this causes a broader rebound in markets. If we slump, though, obviously we could slump heavy, but I don't mind buying this. That short-term moving average is kind of propping it up right now. So, yeah, again, just to recap this report, we covered it a bunch already here, but just to recap this report, leisure and hospitality had a big decline, 61,000. The big winners in this jobs report were professional and business services up 36K, social assistance up 25K, healthcare with hospitals up 9K, but healthcare gaining 22,000, which is slower than the 12-month average here. So basically, people thought we'd still get hot prints from the. I might add more to this. People thought we might get hot prints from the World Cup dynamic, but that dynamic is less, less big than people thought. So again, guys, what's your plan now here? I'm not shorting. I'm long right now, but it's a risky long for sure. This account can handle it though.
Bird chirps are therapeutic.
Yeah.
I'm kind of starting to agree.
Yeah, look. S&P, look at gold. Gold broke highs again. 41.50s for gold. Here's the NASDAQ. And we do have Tesla delivery numbers in 20 minutes, by the way, guys. So Tesla delivery numbers do come out in 20 minutes. We will cover that when they drop, but gold consistently breaking highs.
Just out of curiosity, did anybody happen to be long in gold?
We'll go higher. I locked my trades. I reached what I wanted. ENPH. Yeah, unemployment rate at 4.2%. I'm going to end this poll, guys, and we're going to do another poll right now. And I want you guys to vote, of course. But with today's weak NF preprint, 57K. Are you bullish or bearish? Bull or bear? There we go. So that poll is now live. You can vote on that poll here. With today's week NFP print, are you bullish or bearish today, guys? What do you guys think? I should have bought gold here. Again, I'm going to add to this.
I'm bullish.
A little bit more. Start to take some size down to like 250s here. Or 240s. And see if we get like a rebound bounce here.
I feel like that's a good bet, Sam. Genuinely.
Bull. Yeah, vote of the poll, 72% bullish today. No hike, no rate hike. Gold and silver running. Yeah, gold and silver are the big winners here from this. Bitcoin probably should be as well. I'm still looking at the rate odds here to see if they change. There we go.
Awesome. Awesome renewal.
Yeah, we did get a little pop back up here. Let's take 5 contracts off up here at the top. Or not the top, but top enough. Take a little bit more off up here. Okay. Take a little bit more off right there. Yeah, rate hike odds, guys. Look at rate hike odds. I was waiting to see this updated. They're down to 16%, 17% right now on weaker NFP data. So 17% roughly expected for rate hikes. So rate hikes went down big. And again, yields have fallen big as well. 2-year treasury yield seen at 4.13% right now, 4.11% actually. Look at yields fall down here. So very interesting.
Hey, thanks, at Love Edison. Appreciate you using the code.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in this trade. We are very green. We made a lot of profit here, but it's not like I'm gonna wait. It's definitely not risk-free at this point in time. All right, so we're going back to flat. I'll probably cover this somewhat flat. I'll set a stop loss just to be safe down here.
Amber asks, shouldn't this news be great for SoFi?
I mean, maybe, but SoFi's not really reacting to it. AMD, Google, Nvidia.
Disk, MU.
Yeah, look, we are getting this bounce here, and we're in this trade right now. I'll take another 2 off up here. Reduce my stop loss now. Alright, so we got a stop loss set here, basically break even on the rest. We'll see if we start moving up though, but man, again, gold pumped on this for sure. Market's pricing in dovishness.
Hi, John, are you covering the 9 a.m. Tesla report?
Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, so again, sharp slowdown points to cooling labor momentum, weaker hiring. Could increase rate hike odds. But yeah, we are in this right now. Remember to use my coupon code BGT at checkout, guys. BGT, I appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Why is lower NFP data good for markets? It brings yields down. It increases risk on. We talked about this before the NFP print, but we told you guys if we showed up low, markets might actually like it. If we show up high, markets actually might be fearful of that. So,
unemployment rate is falling, that doesn't mean rate cuts. This will reverse back down. We'll
No,
see.
I don't think we're going to cut rates either, to be fair. Like, I don't think we're cutting rates. I think this just decreases the odds of a rate hike. And that's good
I,
right now. That's seen as a positive right now. Again, I don't think the Fed's going to step in with 4% inflation and cut interest rates anytime soon.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I just don't think that's going to happen. And I told people this before. What this does, though, is that at this point in time, prior to this report, we had 30+% chance of a rate hike next month when the rate decision is at the end of July. Now that those odds have gone down to 16.5%. So they've decreased, basically. They've lost 50% of their odds for rate hikes, basically, is what this means. Let's see what oil's doing right now. So we are in this trade, but we have a stop loss set. We might get stopped out on the rest, but very green nonetheless. Oil is still at 67s here. Let's see MU. MU did run from this. Yeah, I mean, yields are down for sure on this report. They dropped some yesterday. They're going to lie about the numbers so they won't have to cut. They're going to tell you that new inflation number says 3%. Yeah, but I mean, lower inflation means they're more likely to cut, not less.
yeah.
But a very interesting jobs report. Very interesting.
And I know it sounds like I'm jumping on the bandwagon with that, but I mean, I genuinely believe the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, look at yields. Yields have fallen. I think I haven't gotten stopped out of that trade yet. We're still in it. But look at 2-year. 2-year yields at 4.1, still dropping, 4.108% right now.
How much trading have you done this morning so far?
This is my first trade.
Okay.
So yeah, we haven't traded a lot this morning. The setup, it's been pretty choppy. A lot of the time ahead of these big reports, you get chopped. So, you know, I think we've just been really flat. But we do have Tesla deliveries at 9 o'clock. So prepare yourselves for that, guys. I'm still in this trade. We're flat on the rest now so far. But again, jobless claims also, remember, jobless claims have been elevated. They decreased a little bit. So unemployment was low at 4.2%. Jobless claims, how many people are filing for unemployment week to week, decreased as well, showing stronger jobs. But again, the NFP data was much weaker, much weaker. And they revised the previous ones by a very large margin, So we'll see what happens here, but we're still long in the NASDAQ right now. Trying to capitalize on some of this increased dovish sentiment that we might be seeing here.
Very interesting indeed, John. I'm going to take some time after hours today to deep dive in the report. Curious to see how the BLS structured it. Yeah, I mean, you can change a lot just by phrasing and perspective.
Well, look at the odds. The odds did move up a little bit. They were at 16% now for July next meeting. Now they're at 21%. So they did uptick.
For a rate hike?
Excuse me. Yeah, for a rate hike. They did uptick a little bit from a rate hike. They were at 16.5%. Now they're at 22% again, basically. So we did move some. And again, we'll see what happens, but this is dovish sentiment here. Tesla delivery numbers release in about 12 minutes also, by the way, guys. So about 12 minutes. Yields did bounce a little bit as well. So we're looking at yields, but interesting.
A cheap McMansion cost $1 million and a ribeye steak is $17 a pound, but inflation is cooling.
Yeah. Will we get a rate hike this year, guys? Will we get a rate hike this year? Put yes or no. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Rate hike this year?
With the conflict potentially behind us, I don't really think so, unless something else pops off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, it depends on if oil continues to settle, in my opinion. Early.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's really what I was getting at.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so it's all going to be dependent on the price of oil, but and really the conflict escalation or de-escalation there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No? Yeah, I don't necessarily think we get hikes this year, but it really depends. All right, so we ran up a lot from this report, and now we're kind of stagnating some here. I'm still watching rate hike odds fluctuate. Currently, they're at 22% right now. 22%. So, rate hikes will never happen if oil keeps itself under 70. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll see easing inflation if it stays down there. Big if, but, I think we'll start to settle in a little bit. All right, guys, 10 minutes before the Tesla delivery numbers. So,
where did you look for the rate hike odds increase?
I'm looking at the CME Fed Watch tool, which is where most people in markets watch rate odds. Okay, so currently it's at 78% likely that we pause rates, which is this one right here. But these are the odds that are moving. The rate hike odds are, you know, again, they went down to 16s. Now they're at 22s.
Is that a tool or an app or just a website?
It's a website. It's probably an app too, to be honest. I just use the site though.
Okay.
For sure, a rate cut. Like... I don't know. I don't know if it's for sure. I think there's a chance we pause all year. Depends on the situation in the Middle East, but yeah. All right, so we're still in this trade here, guys. And this is a Lucid account. Lucid's great because it has end-of-day drawdowns and everything. So Lucid has end-of-day drawdowns, EOD drawdowns, and everything. You know, which is great. It also has the Flex plan. The Lucid Flex account is really useful because it's one of the best accounts to actually get funded in here. So if you look at Lucid Flex, the rules once you're actually funded, it takes 2 days to get funded, but once you're actually funded, no daily loss limit beyond initial trail, no consistency rule, which is really nice once you're funded. You only need a set amount of winning days, 5 winning days, depending on of certain sizes, depending on the account size. But Lucid's great in that regard. And if you want to help support our free content, we cover this stuff, try to explain it for beginners and everybody, really. I think a lot of experienced traders watch our stream as well. But if you want to check out Lucid, you can use my code BGT, get the max discount. You can use it on all major prop firms. Apex has 90% off right now, $17 accounts on Apex. If you look at the description, you can find it. Tradeify has a select option, really nice. Lucid end-of-day drawdowns, really nice. Lucid Flex. And then Take Profit, great for beginners. Check it out right here. Use code BGT.
Yeah, show your appreciation, guys. You know, I feel like John does a very good job of explaining concepts from, you know, the beginner concepts to more advanced topics, you know.
Yeah, I see CD and Treasury rates at Fidelity are ticking up. The Fed rate cut survey is, again, currently about 22% hike odds right now, 22% for next meeting. It's back down to 17% though, so you can kind of see it fluctuate, which means yields are probably continuing to fall. At this point in time, there's a chance that, well, it's still at the very least get a hike this year. So there's no rate cut odds on the table for the end of the year, at least not unless we lower and then raise them back up. But honestly, the Fed Watch still shows a 42 or 43% chance that we're going to get at least one 25 basis point hike this year. We're at 3.5 to 3.75 right now. There's a 43% chance that we'll be at 3.75 to 4, which is a 25 basis point hike at the end of the year in December here. So was the jobs report good? Define good. Was it stronger than expected? No, it showed weaker jobs than expected. But in this current market that fears inflation and fears rate hikes, it's been a positive reaction so far. We are green from this report, specifically because the market, again, fears inflation, and stronger jobs might mean, you know, it's more inflationary. And in that regard, you know, we're going to have less rate cuts, less easing, higher chance of rate hikes. So the jobs report has benefited the market so far, but it's a big if. You know, you can see the jobs report came out here, and we have retraced about 50% of that move here. So the jobs report came out here in the NASDAQ. We've retraced about 50% of the move. But again, some of the big winners in this are gold. Or one of the big winners is gold. I mean, gold has moved up more, you know. You can see the move for gold is right here on the left side. Memory has rebounded as well. 6 minutes until SpaceX. Let's get a timer up here. Or not SpaceX, Tesla deliveries. So we have 6 minutes until Tesla deliveries come out.
Hey, can you check that out real quick?
What?
Just what I sent you.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put this up. We have 6 minutes until Tesla deliveries. They're expected at about 400,000, I think. Yeah, 400,000 consensus for quarter two. Let's get ready to watch Tesla here. There's gold, though, on the left. Tesla up to 430s again, though, so it's benefiting as well. But I'm still watching these rate hike odds move here. Again, just to recap this report, though. Again, just to recap this report, the weakness that we saw in this report was specifically labor force participation dropped, long-term unemployment is rising. April was revised down by 31,000. May was revised down by 43,000. So that's 74,000 negative revisions here on this report. And leisure and hospitality declined massively, 61,000, weaker than usual seasonal hiring. We did not see that World Cup boost in seasonal hiring like a lot of people thought we would. So that's what we're really seeing here on this report. We'll see what the Tesla deliveries show, but you know, kind of a shocker here for NFP data, in all honesty. All right, guys. So there's Tesla 429s. We got about 5 minutes. What do you want to buy right now after this report, chat?
Not gold.
I think the dollar index is probably down on this report because yields are down, right? So the Dixie's probably down. Yeah, look at the Dixie dump on this report, as it should be. I mean, when more people buy bonds, they got to use the U.S. dollar. And so when yields are paying out more and yields are up, the dollar strengthens. With yields down from a weak jobs report showing higher likelihood of, or less likely for hikes, then the dollar is going to decrease. And look at the dollar fall from this. Micron, you want to buy Micron right now? Again, what do you guys want to buy? Micron actually dipping down some. I forgot about my trade here. I did have a stop loss set though. Let me see where we're at here for this trade. I got too many windows up. I got to find it now. Yields have bounced back slightly though. Okay, yeah, we got stopped out, which is fine. Still made money. I want to buy ice cream. Data feed for Lucid. I use Trade Evade, so CQG. But everybody's different. I like Rhythmic too. I like Quant Tower on Rhythmic, but it just depends. It's subjective.
What are some of the differences between them?
Well, CQG is Trade Evade. Rhythmic is Ninja Trader, I believe. So it's like Quant Tower and others. There's just a lot. I want to buy Gyros. Buy more Nike.
Dude, me too.
Where is Nike? They're trying to trap you, Britt. Don't fall for it.
I wasn't going to go in depth. I'm just saying me too.
All right, guys. Again, the 9 o'clock time is here. So Tesla deliveries release in about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. We're watching that. Gold did fade back down some. Is it time to buy gold? And do we reverse into the opening bell? Prior to this, we've seen, just so you understand the market context right now, Meta announced that they're going to be selling some of their excess AI capacity to get into the cloud business. Okay, this is making markets fearful of chips, specifically because that might hurt the memory HBM narrative, the demand side of HBM chip narrative, right? So we saw MU, SanDisk, memory, SK Hynix, and Samsung in the Kospi index dropped overnight big amounts here, leading into the opening bell today. We got the NFP jobs report, which shocked markets at a low print at 57,000. And now we're heading into the opening bell after big memory corrections, although, again, memory is back up some after this report. NVIDIA, Samsung, SK Hynix are probably back up and more. So it's an interesting market open here today. Gold is starting to give back some of these gains. And if we look at the NASDAQ here, the NASDAQ is starting to give back some of these gains as well here. I almost want to buy it, but we have basically retraced the entire bull move from the payroll print here. So we basically retraced this entire move back up. We're now almost red from this NFP print. And here we go. We have only a couple minutes left before Tesla delivery numbers here. Only a couple minutes left. But the revisions in the jobs report just showed a much more dovish sentiment in a lot of things here. But here we go. Let's get ready for the Tesla deliveries right now, guys. Tesla deliveries are about to come out.
Much longer.
We have about a minute and a half. A little bit over that, maybe.
Okay. So let's get into a big, long, deep debate about something.
About food.
I can talk about food very quickly, but I won't.
I know. Look, Tesla deliveries are expected at 400,000 today. 400K. We'll see what they show. But
I think they'll come in a little above that, based on like the purchases going up in China.
Sure. Yeah. They did have better sales in China than expected. But we're here
Oil's
waiting.
Up about 60 cents, about 40 cents over the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, oil's jumping up a little bit too, which is interesting here. But yeah, so here we go, guys. We'll start doing this countdown. Higher or lower Tesla deliveries? We got 1 minute. Let me know in chat right now. Looking at our poll here, I asked people, is this bullish or bearish for markets? 70% basically say bullish NFP data.
I'm say higher on the deliveries.
Okay. Again, we have less than a minute for Tesla deliveries now. Less than 1 minute. Hey, what's up, Keegan? Gold's still holding. Yeah, gold is going to be the biggest winner here, really, because I mean, it's bringing yields down. It's making people. It's more risk on, is what it means. Like lower yields means less people buy bonds and more people buy gold and Bitcoin and the Nasdaq and all the other risk on assets.
Man, you sound like you've done this before, John.
I might have done it a couple times here. All right, so I said higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, bearish, lower, higher, lower, toilet paper, lower, lower, fade the rally, bullish, higher by 210. All right, guys, 15 seconds for Tesla deliveries. Let's see what we print here. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here's the Tesla delivery print. Waiting, nothing out yet. Still waiting for Tesla here. I'm looking at their site, still waiting. They're supposed to release at 9, right? Oh, there we go. So look, Tesla just ripped up to 436s. Looks like they were stronger than expected for Tesla deliveries. We just popped 435s here. Right now, 435s. So Tesla deliveries coming in stronger than expected, I'm assuming here. 410. 430. Yeah, so look at this. Wow.
We have the actual number.
Big moves here. 435s right now for Tesla. Looks like the delivery print showed stronger than expected. Man. Crazy move, 434s. But yeah, stronger than expected Tesla delivery numbers here. Wow. Interesting. Popped up 435s. Microsoft introduces Microsoft Frontier company with $2.5 billion investment. Yeah, 437s, 438s. Wow. So we're popping up a little bit here. SpaceX. I wonder how SpaceX is going to react to this. What's weird though, yeah, it pulled back a little bit here. So yeah, 480,000 vehicles in Q2, up 25%. Expecting 406. Yeah, 480,000 Tesla deliveries. That's a high print for sure.
I was right. Wait, so you said 485 versus 406 expected?
480s, slightly over 480s. So they delivered 480,126 in Q2, up 25% year over year. You were correct. Model Y.
I mean, I don't think it'd be that much higher, but sorry.
Yeah. So again, Model 3 and Y at 443,000 roughly. Other models about 12,364, 467 actually. Model 3 production was at 442. Deliveries were at 467 for Model 3 and other models about 12. So we hit 480,126. So very strong numbers. Tesla not really reacting much to this though. But very strong numbers. 400 expected, 406. I'm surprised we're not seeing bigger moves here for Tesla, to be honest. But we'll leave Tesla up. But yeah, not as big of a reaction as you might think here.
How big of a jump would you have expected based on these numbers?
I mean, that's very strong versus what like numbers they've shown historically. That's very strong here. Maybe they've jumped up to 430s recently though, so I think a lot of this move might be buy the rumor, sell the news with markets jumping up as much as it has. Yeah, they expected 406K roughly straight jacket.
So 74,000 higher roughly.
Yeah. SpaceX dipping a little bit too. Interesting. But look at Tesla. It went up to 438s and fell all the way back down to 430s. Big percentages here. We're still looking at gold, but yeah. The opening bell should be even more interesting right now with this going on.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm very curious to see how the market's going to move.
I want to see what memory does at the opening bell, to be honest. I mean, obviously we're looking at SpaceX too, but I want to see what memory does at the open specifically here, because memory I think is going to be a big factor in what's going on right now with everything. Here's MU at 1040s. So AMD, please stop spamming, bro. All right, you're about to go. Good day to you, sir. Have a great day. You're banned.
This is gone immediately. But Bluebird, my AMD leaps are up 2,700%. Do I sell or take ownership of the shares at $200?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's impressive.
Yeah. Rotation into gold. Yeah. I mean, it could be, but look at Tesla come down. Tesla not even doing that great with these strong delivery numbers. Gold's still moving here. Gold's the big winner of the day. I see somebody say, one day y'all will open your eyes and realize the market is fake. Bro, listen. You're preaching to the freaking choir here, bro. You know how many times I've gotten CPI inflation data correct consecutively? I got it right, like, I think it was like 8 out of 10 times. You know, and again, I've told you guys why I've gotten it right. I got it right because I basically just bet what I thought they wanted the numbers to be. All right, so listen, brother, you're preaching to the freaking choir. The market is built on mass psychology. All right, it's not necessarily true stock health. It's just psychology around stock health, you know, and market health.
Yep.
So it's more nuanced than just company strong buy, company weak sell, numbers strong buy, numbers weak sell. It's not like that, especially earnings and more. Like it, you know, it's definitely nuanced. It's definitely a little sketchy, but that's the market.
It's how do you feel about the market, and why do you feel that way?
Yeah, for sure.
Hype
makes it real. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, John, as many times as you've gotten that particular figure right, I think it's proof that we're in a simulation and you're the one controlling the matrix.
Yeah, you know, I've said this once, I'll say it again. You know, look at Tesla. Tesla now going red on these delivery numbers. Look at this, dude. Tesla delivery numbers, again, I'll put these numbers up in chat. I don't know if I put them up yet. But, dude, Tesla delivery numbers, 480s versus expected 400, roughly. Some people had the expectation under 4. But, look, I'll put these numbers up. But, man, interesting movement here. Yeah, you know, what I was going to say, Britt, is, you know, I'm a direct descendant of Giles Corey from the Crucible. You know, one of the first men in the Salem witch trials. You know, so basically, I've got wizardry in my family here. You know, maybe that's why I get it right.
Dude, you went to Hogwarts, didn't you?
I did, bro. I did. Don't tell my secret, dude. Harry is my homie. You know, they wanted more. Yeah, you have to be at least 3 moves ahead to break even.
Yeah, I've read that book, Henry Porter and the Wizard Rock. You know what it's called.
Yeah, look, I'll put the Tesla delivery numbers up in chat so you guys can see them. We got 24 minutes into the market open. It should be a very, very interesting market open today. Yeah, so Iran Minister of Agriculture says if U.S. does not meet our conditions, purchases will be made from other sources.
Well, just the other day they said they weren't going to buy anything anyway.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes, you know.
I know, but it's just like, you know, make up your mind. It's like, we are not going to buy anything from the U.S. And then it's like, hey, if you don't do what we say, we're not going to buy as much as we said.
Right.
That we said we weren't going to buy.
They're going to like, you know what? We've decided we're not going to buy anything. You know?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Also, I just want to see if we can get to 500 likes today. I would really appreciate it if you guys would help us out with that.
Yeah.
You know?
I just bought this dip in the NASDAQ here. Is this a bad trade? Let me know. Yes or no, chat. It's an eval, so I mean, you know, take it with a grain of salt here, these trades, but you guys know how I do it with evals, but yeah. I do a mix of short, Kramer, long. Are you in Google? Yeah, I'm in Google, I think.
Fun fact, there's a Proctor Street in every state in the county. I mean, kind of in the country. What, as in like Procter and Gamble?
No, he's just talking about Procter. Hold on, wait. I want to add to this position here. I think markets are a little uncertain ahead of the opening bell. So we're taking... Again, this is an eval, by the way. Do not copy me. I don't mind gambling on this eval right here. I want to see if we retrace back up there after cracking that recent low and then move. I don't know how much room I have on this eval. Bad. Buy. Worst trade of the year. It's definitely looking bad right now. But again, I got to build some profit on this account, so I don't mind swinging for the fences here on it.
Big risk, big reward, right?
Yeah, that's right. All right, we're almost flat now. Let's see if we go back up. Trapping for the 4th of July. All right, we're almost flat. Again, the payroll print was weaker than expected here. But we've been on a downward slump the last 20 or 30 minutes. Yeah, this is for your entertainment today, guys, this trade. We're basically
right
flat.
there with you, Ian Felipe.
I'm going to reduce size here. Let's see if we can push higher. I don't like that. I'm going to cut some size again. I want to give it some time, but we're basically flat on this trade, actually, believe it or not, right now. I've kind of lowered size into the bounces.
I do 28 contracts a second ago.
Yeah. It's an eval, so it's not, you know.
No, I know, but still.
Hey, what is the best strategy to pass the EV as quickly as possible? I mean, as
Thank you,
quickly as
Super.
possible, bro. I mean, that's usually just kind of full porting it. I'm not telling you to do it. I appreciate the donation, my friend, but as quickly as possible, you know, it depends. I mean, there's a lot of strategies. Ride the trend. Is probably the easiest way to use big size and ride the trend. But again, not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose money. Last trading day before holiday is usually a down day. There we go. We're actually green on this trade now, believe it or not. I'm going to reduce size a little bit more here. We have 8 contracts left. I want to see if we continue to bounce. Hey, nice Reaper. Yeah, I'm definitely a DJ on the evals for sure. But you get Tesla deliveries, 480,000. Kind of a big print here. Maybe I should trade gold more today, too. I think gold might have the cleaner moves with the yields being down and everything. Let me look at yields again, though. We're watching yields. They have rebounded from the lows that they were at. But not, I mean, we're still down pretty deep from the weak print. Here's yields right now. 4.12 for 2-year yields. All right, guys, opening bells in 20 minutes. But thank you for the donation, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks for the love.
All right, guys, let's see. We're starting to move up a little bit more here. I'm going to take a little bit off at these peaks, on the peak of this latest bounce here. I've been looking for liquidity grabs a lot. So we break like a big level that everybody's watching, and then we rebound back up, and I buy it to kind of take the reversion. Liquidity grab reversion type of thing. But I can hold this close to break even now. Yeah, Bitcoin originally negatively reacted. Bitcoin really has been a little bit back and forth here. I would assume Bitcoin would be up. Okay, Bitcoin is actually up. Yeah, so Bitcoin up to 61.5s right now. Again, lower yields is better for Bitcoin in this market, I think. Anything that means risk on, like Bitcoin, is seen as a positive thing. I'm happy Bitcoin's up again. There was no love at all. Everybody hated my trade. Who's laughing now? You know, I'm almost break even in the trade. Gold is more secure. Yeah, yields are popping back up some for sure. But they're still down a pretty significant amount net. And again, that's good for gold.
Microsoft creates 6,000 worker unit to help clients with AI. That's cool.
All right, we'll take a little bit more off up here. Green trade is a green trade, guys. I missed the biggest news of the day. I feel like this is a setup, Matt. But what is the big news of the day, my friend? Tell me. What's the big news, bro? I feel like it's a setup.
In it, John.
I know. OpenAI looks for government to take a stake. I covered that earlier, actually. So we did cover this earlier for OpenAI looking to get government stake. You're making me scroll all the way back to my morning news brief that we posted in our Discord, by the way, guys. We did post this in our Discord. You know, join our Discord. I'll put the link up soon. But
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
you know,
we covered the Japanese news. We covered the OpenAI news. They're looking for 5% stake in the company by the government, 42.6 billion worth. Altman said, quote, "The government holding is the best way to share AI's upside." So we did cover this news earlier. And again, this may be helping a little bit after we got the IPO pushback for OpenAI to next year. Uh-oh. I don't even know if y'all can hear the music today, but... I'm going to set a stop loss now, four contracts, right under break even here. The laughing song's here. It just started. Here, join our Discord. It's completely free, guys. It doesn't cost anything. We post a morning market brief every morning in the Discord. So if you have not joined it yet, here's the link. Join. Join and be
very
merry.
Informative.
You know, in the
There's
Discord.
Good community interaction, you know.
Yeah. There's the Discord link right here in chat. Join and be merry. Yeah, you do.
I think you guys will have a positive experience if you join our Discord.
That's right. This is called. This is man, I can't remember the name of the song. Something by. It's Legends by Morpheus is the name.
I am Morpheus.
Yeah. Opening bell's coming soon here. 15 minutes. Still in this trade. Let's see what memory does at the opening. We might get stopped out on the rest, but look at Bitcoin still rising. Let's take a look at gold. Gold doing pretty triangle-y or pretty flag-like pattern here for gold. It does look like a flag here.
Triangle-y.
Well, a flag's a type of triangle, kind of.
No, I know. Just the way you said it was funny.
All right, let's get a timer for the opening bell here. What do you guys want to buy now? Let me know. Payrolls, again, much weaker than expected. Gold boost. NASDAQ boost as well, but NASDAQ is now basically completely flat from this payroll print. Bitcoin's still moving up 61.6s for Bitcoin. Where's strategy at now? Strategy up to 99s. Stretch. 90s. Stretch regained over 90 here. Apple news about them buying China chips. Meta. Volatile. MU. SanDisk. Still rebounding back up and filling some of that gap here. So we'll see what we get heading into the opening bell in 14 minutes. Unemployment rate 4.2%. Deck. 4.2%. So, U.S. government is going to have to take a gamble on AI and Bitcoin. Wait for the pullback then long. Yeah, maybe, dude. I appreciate everybody that joined our Discord here. Shout out to you guys. Y'all are the greatest. I knew you would.
Thanks very much, everybody.
I knew you would join the Discord, guys. Discord link, Sam, is right here. I'm still in this trade, by the way, and it's actually doing pretty nice here. But it's very small at this point right now. 260s. Take a little bit more off up there at the top. It's above you, Sam. There's the Discord link right there.
Ford U.S. gas electric hybrid vehicles fall 20% in second quarter, and their pure electric vehicle U.S. electric vehicle sales are down 40%. Man, in the wake of Tesla having a pretty good delivery number.
Yeah, for sure. Their numbers were 480, very strong.
Yeah.
Discord is for boomers? I don't think so. I think it's kind of the opposite. Boomers, unite. Where are you at? Lurkers, are you here? Lurkers, I know you're sitting there and you're like, I don't ever chat. You know, I don't want to put myself out there like that. And look, I'm talking to you right now. You're like, me? Yes, you. Right there in chat. For those that do not comment, I'm talking to you specifically right now. You better get in the chat and say something.
Sometimes you must risk, emotional vulnerability.
Right. Make yourself vulnerable, guys. John the Vulnerable is what they called me in high school.
It did. I mean, that's just because he was really easy to beat up, but still.
Yeah. My boxing guard was vulnerable, for sure. Don't forget the drifters, right? The drifters, we got to have big breaking news. We got a lot of drifters here. We still got almost 2,000 people here. So the drifters, the big news drifters are definitely here today. But that's why you can't, it's like the Bloods and the Crips. It's the lurkers versus the drifters. Which one are you? Let me know.
I want to do a Venn diagram and find out how many of the lurkers overlap as boomers.
Oh, the boomers are here, dude. Listen, I'm gonna do the boomer bat signal, and let's take a look at the Dow Jones, guys. Boomer, did I say Dow Jones? Yes, I said Dow Jones.
He has invoked the Dow.
Yeah, the Dow is at 5280s. The Dow ripped up on NFP data, and honestly, it's still pretty close to its highs, all-time highs for the Dow. So it's doing better than the NASDAQ is. Rotation out of tech is freaking people out, and so people have been buying the Dow. But the Dow's back up to almost 53,000, hit 51 or 53 100s, yesterday for the Dow. So the Dow's been doing pretty well. Look at this trade, though, guys. Look at this thing. Slowly scaling out on the bounce. We'll cut another piece here. We got 20 minutes or 10 minutes until the open. Hey, my guy Reek. Thank you, bro. Hopefully that's not Reek from Game of Thrones, but Reek, I knew you would become a member here, brother. Thank you so much, dude, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Shout out to Reek.
Glad you made it through winter.
Yeah. How many drifters turned into lurkers is a good one too. Lurkers unite. Some of you guys aren't lurkers. You just want to be.
Wannabe lurkers.
Yeah. They definitely don't. Lurk means you never say anything in the chat. You know.
Well, if that's the case, I'm definitely a lurker.
Yeah. Oh, you're definitely a Discord lurker.
I get on there. I get in on there sometimes, but I get disheartened because like sometimes I'll put something in there, you know, drop something funny. I know it's funny, and then people just don't react, and I get my feelings hurt. You know.
Yeah, I think it's intentional, Britt. You know.
It is.
Yeah.
They're trying to belittle my amazing humorous posts.
Vic, my guy. Hey, Vic, I appreciate you. I came here for post. I'm a first timer here, so what am I? I came here for post NFE fun. You are what we call a grifter, sir. All right, means you're joining me for just big news events, you know.
Gargiel's telling you to adjust your stop loss.
Oh yeah, you're right, dude. See, my ADHD is just bad, bro. I mean, I'm watching it.
Thanks, good looking out, Shargiel. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. What's up, Creative? Thank you, brother. Britt's Discord name is literally Britt.
yeah, it's really hard to miss me.
Yeah, it's okay, Jono. Trader Jono Blueprint. That's all right, bro. I don't take ADHD meds, bro. My ADHD can be kind of a superpower. You know, does it have its flaws? Sure, you know. But, like, do I want to take meds for it? No. I'm okay with meds. I've tried it. It doesn't work. You know. I don't want to get excited for things. Like, I'd rather get excited for things. And part of that is the ADHD adrenaline spike that you get.
That's what I was going to say. The medicine actually did really work great for me in terms of, you know, being able to concentrate and stay on task. But it just killed my personality.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah. We need to utilize lurkers. Spit it out of control here today.
Of the world unite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, listen, I'm from South Louisiana. I say you know a lot. You know, I say you know a lot. I say bruh a lot. I say, you know, there's some slang. Like, it's like a New Orleans thing where, and I'm not from New Orleans, but people in New Orleans say, you know, like, hey, you know, like a Cajun thing, really, I guess.
Yeah, say a lot of, bah instead of boy.
Yeah.
Bah.
Thoughts on MBIS drop yesterday? Yeah, I mean, what really is negatively affecting stuff like that is the memory moves that we've seen. Meta getting into cloud, saying they have excess, they're going to sell some of their excess AI capacity is really what freaked markets out yesterday. It made MU drop. It made, you know, SanDisk, SK Hynix dipped overnight. So we saw continuations into the Korean and Asian markets yesterday with chips, right? So chips pulled back on that news because, again, it kind of hurts the demand for HBM thesis, right? Like, high demand for HBM is good for MU. It's good for SanDisk. It's good for SK Hynix. It's good for Samsung. And so with Meta basically acknowledging that they're selling some of their excess AI capacity, that is a bear thesis for MU and SanDisk and SK Hynix and the Kospi and more. So that is some of the corrections we're seeing leading into the opening bell. And I think that's why the opening bell is so much more interesting now, is because, you know, we've had a lot of news over the last 24 hours, genuinely. Like, a lot of different releases have happened. We had the Meta news. We've got payroll print being weak. We've got gold bouncing. We see Bitcoin bouncing. We see the Dow up. We see weak jobs, big revisions on the downside for jobs. We see yields down heading into the opening bell today. So it's a really interesting market. And we'll see what happens here. I'm going to sell this. We have market on open data releasing in 1 minute. So I am going to sell this trade. Very nice green trade. Let me exit my stop loss there. But I did cut that trade in the green. Nicely green on the day now. We're up about 400 on this one. So we got a nice little, you know, a little cushion heading in for this data, or heading in for the opening bell very soon. What's your plan for the opening bell, guys? Do you want ranges? Do you want volatility? Do you want trends? You want to buy gold? What do you guys want at the opening bell today? What's your strategy? What stocks do you want to buy? What futures contracts do you want to trade? Let's talk about it. We're at the memory top. I'm a truck driver. I love listening to you guys. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. We appreciate it. We like you listening.
There's a big difference between North and South Louisiana. Yeah, dude, of
There's a
course
big
there's.
difference.
North
Uh,
Louisiana, like Shreveport and stuff like that, they almost have like an Alabama accent, like a little bit more nasally, you know. South Louisiana is more influenced by like New Orleans and then like Thibodeau and the Cajun aspects of it. So I would, South Louisiana is just generally better. Cooler people in South Louisiana. I'm just joking. I like North
so
Louisiana too, but
no, but yeah, but North Louisiana is honestly basically might as well be Arkansas. It's more of deep South, whereas like South Louisiana
it's a different
is
culture.
yeah, it's completely separate culture. It's a much stronger Cajun, French, Creole
Influence. Yeah.
influence. Like that's where all the good food is, for instance.
Right, for sure. Yeah. And look at the DRAM ETF. So DRAM moving a lot with, memory. Gold is back down to that support level that we've seen here. And there's the market on open data. So let's check the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ dipping a little bit on the market on open data, which is how many orders are pegged for the opening bell. NASDAQ, I think we have to watch 30,000 on the NQ. I really do. 30K is not that far away from us. Both, trader. I trade both. Memory stocks are back. Well, I mean, define back. I mean, they're all up shocking amounts in the last 6 months, a year. They've pulled back a little bit on the meta news, but they're moving a little bit here. Gold is fading back down some.
I know, Lee. I'm talking about culturally. It's different.
Asking the chat, do you guys think if I invested in memory mid-June that I should probably get out just bleeding money? Well, it depends on Alex. It depends on how long you're planning on holding it. They're up a lot. PE ratios are still high, but they're not as crazy as you might think because it is pegged to the memory price increase that we've seen, right? So it's. I mean, I like to say this, but it's nuanced. Long term, you're probably fine. It's not risk free. Short term, who freaking knows, bro? And they're up a lot. So, chat, that's a good question though. You guys think if he invests in mid-June, he should get out now? He's just bleeding money. Yeah, I mean, you got to be prepared for the volatility that memory prices have shown, really, because like they've been moving big percentages up and down. And so, you got to understand, taking huge size right now for a long-term investment, you got to just make sure your account can handle that. The biggest mistake most traders make is they take too large of size into things, right? And they want to invest, but the volatility kind of gets them out of it before they could really capitalize on the gains, if that makes sense. So, what do you guys think?
They basically become like disheartened.
Well, they start to lose money. The swings are too much for them to handle if they take too large of size, which is why I'm a big proponent of trading small, guys. Just trade small. You'll have much more room. You can be a lot more loose. Opening bells in 3 minutes. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Jack.
You guys, bull or bear on the opening bell?
Bull or bear? What do you guys think? We're at out of 30,000 120s. Trading small is for low T. Holding crypto is fun. Honestly, we're starting to see some dips ahead of the opening bell. We're actually technically red from NFP. Mostly bulls for memory. We got some bears for memory plays out there. We got 2.5 minutes, or 1.5 minutes, really. NASDAQ back down to 30.1 thousand. Let's see if we bounce at 30.1K. Memory has its first pullback in June. People think it's the end of the world. Bull, bull, bull.
Read what I sent you. I just thought it was a little funny.
Yeah, I muted it so we don't get the notifications. Yeah, I saw that one. Market closes early today. I don't think it closes early today. I think it closes early tomorrow for futures, and it's open all day today is what I think. Look at the NASDAQ start to slump here, though, heading into the open in 1 minute here.
Yeah.
So NVIDIA's
said earlier.
Yeah, so NVIDIA's AJ.K. Puri is going to retire as Executive Vice President of Worldwide Field Operations and appoints Nicholas Parker as successor from August of 2026 this year. Maybe this is what's slumping NVIDIA. They don't like it. Let's see if NVIDIA's following it down some. Yeah, it could be that. MU's pulling back too, though. All right, guys, let's prepare for the opening bell. We've got the NASDAQ and gold up, but look at this drop.
There was a tweet about Micron 5 minutes ago.
From the president?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's what's going on right now, man. A tweet 5 minutes ago. It's hard to follow these tweets. Yeah, President said, how about this? Micron, a great American company, announced they are putting in $250 million into Trump accounts. Yeah, we saw that. I mean, he
Oh, I
basically
didn't.
reiterated. No, no, not you, but we heard that they were doing this yesterday, I believe. All right, guys, here's the opening bell in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's the opening bell. Ding, ding, ding. I turned the sound off for the opening bell yesterday, but there's the opening bell. Okay, guys, so NASDAQ is down a little bit at the open. Let's see if it continues to drop. All right, guys, NASDAQ down slightly. Gold not really moving here. Let's take a look at MU and chips right now. MU dipping down some, fading a little bit. Look at these drops at the open. So we are starting to see some red into the opening bell here. MU went red on the day on the at the opening bell as well, but we're starting to retrace some here. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia is actually moving up. It's at 198s. Google's up since the opening bell. AMD's down. Apple is up.
NASDAQ's turning down.
Yeah, we're kind of split down the middle though. Some things are pushing up, some things are pushing down. So in Mag 7.
Yeah.
And so we're really kind of just like a doji 1 minute candle on the NASDAQ from, you know, indecisiveness from some Mag 7 influence and on the upside and downside here.
Yeah,
Apple.
gold pushing up.
MU's moving down still too. SanDisk is moving down under 2K. Yeah, rotation for sure. Does it close at 1 p.m. today, Femi? It closed at 1 p.m. today? Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know, honestly.
Thanks for the info, Femi.
Yeah. So again, we're looking at the NASDAQ. We are seeing tech slump a little bit. Memory play specifically slump. But we have kind of this. I'm tempted to buy, but we're only 2 minutes into the day. I kind of have to follow my rules here. I can't really trade now. Bitcoin's up because yields are down because non-farm payrolls and unemployment, or non-farm payrolls specifically, were weaker than expected, meaning less rate hikes this year potentially and lower yields. And so Bitcoin's reacting well. Gold's been reacting well to it. You know, but in memory plays are still fading down some here. Here's Meta. Here's gold. Gold's still doing okay at the open, but NASDAQ very flat. We're going to look for a range break probably today. Just be careful. Yeah, NFP figures are good for Bitcoin. Yep, Kathy, that's right. Profit taken after misses on the NFP. We're going higher. Well, memory's just up so much. It's hard to get a gauge on it, really. Yeah, I still gotta wait about a minute or two before I can trade. We got a cushion on the day, though. Again, one of the big stories that is negatively affecting memory today and yesterday really is that Meta had news that said they're selling excess AI capacity to get into cloud. So this dumped markets yesterday because it kind of hurts the thesis of HBM demand and sold out and bottlenecks boosting memory prices. So that dynamic turned and we saw memory prices correct, although they did start to rebound some ahead of the open. Trying to let things settle, but it's very rangy right now. Very flat range. Gold's still heading back up, though. I mean, gold is one of the big winners with Bitcoin from this report.
Yeah, hitting 41.40 just now.
Yeah, Nike's back up a lot today, so Nike's rebounding. Netflix is rebounding. Apple's rebounding. SoFi's rebounding. Yeah, no, that's what I heard, Blaze, that I didn't think it was closed today. I thought it was closed. Futures close early tomorrow, I think. But I thought the stock market was open all day today. I might be wrong. But a lot of people in the chat said that it was the opposite. I might start to buy here, to be honest. I'm gonna buy right here.
Yeah, gold's up almost $70 in the last hour.
Yeah, I'm starting to buy. We have a very green day already, so we broke that opening, 5-minute range here, but it's kind of choppy. There we go. I'm in the NASDAQ long. Bonds close early, but everything else is open. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to freaking. I asked.
So by ripping.
I don't think it closes early today. Tomorrow, it's closed completely. All right, so we're good here on this trade. Let's take a little bit off. Then we'll set a stop loss break even on the rest. Keep it very small. Yeah, I think it closes at 4 p.m. Closes early tomorrow. Now see that's wrong
yes.
too. That's AI being wrong.
What I'm looking at says it closes at 4.
Yeah, I think it closes at 4 today too. Yeah, I think it's regular trading today. All right, we're in a very small, like, we basically made money and we might get stopped out break even on the rest here. Yeah, we're out. We got stopped out just now, but that's okay. We made money. Gold back up to almost highs of the day here. Big red candle though, so it looks like that stop loss was the right level here. And again, guys, you want to help support your boy here, check out Lucid. Lucid's great. End of day drawdowns and everything. 10-to-1 microscaling allowed. Trailing drawdowns intraday are not there. The Lucid Flex account, if you pass it, there's no DLL and no consistency rule. So it's some of the best rules in the game. 90-10 split. So they give you a demo. They test your skill with it. If you want to day trade, most day traders lose. And so this is a way to limit your risk.
Along with incredibly fast payouts.
Yeah, like they process my payout in 1 minute. So, very quick payouts. I love Lucid. I think it's honestly genuinely great. And you can use my coupon code BGT if you want to help support the channel here. I'll put it up. Great way to help support the channel. I might have gotten stopped out by just a second here. Just a second. But,
it's because of that shameless plug is what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put the link up.
John, how do withdrawals work in Lucid? I might get it. That's Kevin.
Withdrawals it depends on the account you have. The reason I like Lucid Flex is because you only need 5 winning days of a certain amount depending on the account size. Once you follow that and you have that, you can, basically request a payout and they generally process it very fast. You just kind of set up your banking information.
And at Love Edison asks, eval is on demo account, right, for Tradeovate?
Yes, that's correct.
Thanks for the question, at Love. You've been very active in the chat today, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I scalp a lot. What I try to do on the day, especially since Lucid has EOD drawdowns, is I take small profits first. So I'll build up small green, and then once I build up a green amount, I slowly size up as I do it. So if I can build up a cushion of $200 to $300, then my drawdown extends by $200 or $300. If it's a 2,000 drawdown, now I have 2,300 in drawdown, so I can take larger risks and slowly scale my risk up on the day as I build up profit, which really should be most people's risk management system in trading specifically. It should be that. MU starting to give it back though, guys.
So you scale your trades accordingly is what you're saying.
Correct. And if I can't build up a profit, I'm trading small there, right? So that my losing days aren't that big if I follow that system versus like not following the system and having your losing days just be massive,
Yeah, which some people say is bad.
Yeah, a lot of people do. All right, we're at 30,060s here. All right, so
you manage your risk while passing the evals on Lucid. I mean, I think we kind of mostly covered that.
Yeah, same way.
Scaling your trading.
Following their rules, scaling your trading as you build profits on the day. If you can't build profits on the day, it might not be a good day, and trading small is recommended anyway. So All right, so we're in a range here. We're waiting for this range to break, but kind of a quiet open. Yeah, you can trade gold. You can't trade XAU Forex, but you can trade gold. Prob. Got smoked on
You
a
say
long.
XAU for what? You kind of cut out on me.
XAU US dollar is gold Forex.
Okay.
So I was just telling him you can trade gold futures. A little bit different, but same asset.
Okay, that's what I was asking when I asked you like way earlier about Forex or whatever you were saying. That's what I was asking about.
Yeah, you hear XAU, it's gold basically, but
Okay.
no, you can see the P&L. Very low volume in general today. Yeah, interesting after the payroll print. Yeah, we'll try it. BGT code will get you the max discount. You could use it on Tradeify, Lucid, Apex. If you really want cheap accounts and you're brand new, I mean, Apex might be a good option because you can get 5 accounts on Apex right now for $85 if you go with the cheapest accounts here. So here's Apex. Look, you can get a 5 account bundle right now for 25k evals for $85 for 5, so $17 each if you use BGT coupon code. So I'll put up Apex link. You can find all of these links in the description if you want to help support me. But very tight
Bargain, you
range
guys.
here.
I would personally take advantage of it if you're so inclined. You know, if you're looking to start trading, it's a good deal.
Yeah, there's the Apex link. I'll replace the pin link right here, but yeah, there's.
And hey, you're
Apex
welcome. You're welcome at Love, Edison.
Yeah. Hey, all good, Altuve. Options are expensive. Yeah. I mean, market's very flat right now. I mean, I think I have to look at this range here. You know, we got the orb set up potentially. Opening range, 15-minute opening range. Technical analysis is self-fulfilling. So the more people that are watching something, the better. I think a lot of people watch the 15-minute range at the open and look for breaks of it. And that range will finish forming in 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes, technically. Yeah, you can, Aaron, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty wild. It just changes through observation.
Built for greater things. Definitely built for greater things. McDonald's has a great upward move. Yeah, Nike's up a lot today. Look, we're starting to see another push here. Some of this is memory, though. Like, you can see memory bouncing back. In a very tight range, NVIDIA's starting to fight its way back some. Google's back up. AMD's still down, though. SanDisk is still down since the opening bell, but we're starting to see some memory plays bounce back. Gold tested highs, and now it's dipping down some here. So I almost want to buy gold right here, guys. I might. But I might also wait for the orb setup here in the NASDAQ in 3 minutes. Yeah, the 50k eval is a better deal than the 25. It's only slightly more on Apex, to be honest. Hood stock is running. I've seen Hood run. Strategy at 102s, Bitcoin bouncing back, gold moving up. So I'm a little interested in gold here. Look at gold. I'm going to buy a couple contracts here on gold, I guess. And we still might trade the orb setup. We have 2 micro contracts of gold right now. Dare I say buy or sell gold, chat? What do you guys think?
Dare you.
Dare
you, I say.
Buy or sell gold, chat? What do you guys think? I'm long right now. I want to see if we move up there to test that high again.
Let's see. Where's it at right now?
41.40s. All right, we've increased size some here.
Go for a short.
Yeah, I'm long.
And you shouldn't have asked me.
I knew you would say short, and so I decided to go long. You know, because of
always the contrarian, John.
Because you were wrong about payrolls, Britt. Your credibility is shot today, bro.
Yeah, no. I mean, everybody should have known it was gonna come in at half of what they predicted.
Yeah, guys, look. So here is my P&L right here. We're gonna take a little off here. We were correct, right around the highs. We still got a little bit here in gold.
Don't short. I'm bearish. I would wait till afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to short gold right now. The payroll print was so good for gold, right? Weak payroll data means lower yields, less people buy bonds, more people rotate into gold. It's the logic of it. But we could range. I can hold the rest pretty close to break even. I'm also watching for that orb setup that finishes in about a minute here. But we're seeing some rotations.
I knew you'd be on my side. What is the difference between XAU USD and gold futures.
Your guess seems to be a newbie. My guess or Britt's guess, Galvin? I don't know what guess you're talking about.
I think they meant guessed, not guess.
Do we know why gold and silver shot up this morning? Oh yeah, he probably didn't mean guess. Yeah, gold and silver shot up because yields dropped from weak NFP data, and weak payrolls means less people buy bonds, more people buy gold from falling yields. So gold, silver shot up in that regard. So did crypto and Bitcoin.
And no offense taken, Galvin. Relatively speaking, I am new, so
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah. Good luck over the weekend. Some breakfast if they have it. Okay. All right. All right, love you.
Oh man, is she making a breakfast run? I want something.
Yeah, we'll ship it to you, Britt.
Dry ice.
Yeah, that's right.
Quick aside, you guys having fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's been
Good.
fun, dude. All right, my gold trade's doing really well here. See if we keep moving here. I'm going to take maybe a little bit more off at the top of this range because it does seem like it's struggling to break this range here. So I don't mind locking some more in.
Hey, later, Sarge. Have a good day.
Yeah, all good,
Tune in.
Kane. Yeah, the payroll print is really what influenced markets a big amount.
Rivian is flying.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, probably on the Tesla numbers. Rivian's an EV maker. Tesla's down, though, so Rivian probably maybe the opposite dynamic, actually. Yeah, Rivian going up as Tesla's weak, which is weird. Just buy the rumor, sell the news dynamic, I guess, is here for Tesla. Tesla showed way higher than expected numbers for deliveries at 9 a.m., but Rivian being a competitor to them. Oh, I'm sorry, first last.
That's a bummer, dude. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it happens, though, for sure. What is good payrolls? It depends on what the market wants. Meta's actually fading back down some as well, which is kind of helping some of this fear about memory HBM. But
hey, Blaze, what's up?
What's up,
Check
Blaze?
Tesla 4-hour chart if you're looking for a swing trade, decent spot to risk.
yeah, look at Tesla. You're talking about buying Tesla, I'm assuming, just because it's down so much. I mean, I think Tesla's buy the rumor, sell the news. Good deliveries. Market's priced it in already, though. Maybe it's fading back down after the report, but again, gold's still moving up here. We are still. I might add back some size into this since we're up enough. We're at highs of the day for gold again. Look at gold. Nasdaq's starting to creep back up too, but gold just broke highs of the day. I believe it broke it. Maybe not, but
Pew says take that, Meta.
looks like a payoff day.
Like Astera Labs, long-term, volatile, but good long-term for data center switches.
Yeah, I just took some more size in gold here. I want to see if it retraces back up. We had a big upwick candle showing a rejection at the highs, but I want to see if it gets balled up and we start heading up. We can cut this mostly break even if it doesn't though, but we'll give it some time.
Says that beginner trading, I shorted the crap out of Meta on those overbought levels yesterday at 620 is one of the easiest shorts I've ever seen. Congratulations.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad you did well.
Honestly, I think that's a really good trade. I'm not trying to brag or anything because I didn't actually take any trades, but I told you guys I thought it was an overreaction yesterday. And to a certain extent it was. I thought Meta moved up way too much. I think other memory names moved down way too much. And so I think that's a really good trade. Good job. All right, I'm going to sell a little bit here, maybe, if we keep pushing up. We got some room, though.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Short strategy
Congrats,
here.
Nick.
Yeah, I'm not going to short strategy or Bitcoin, but they're up a lot from payrolls and lower yields. Let's see what the odds of rates are now. Yeah, so odds of rates are back down to 18% likely of a hike. So hike odds have gone down dramatically from the payroll print we saw earlier.
So it's back down to 18%?
Yeah, about 18% odds of a rate hike this year. Or next month, I mean.
Yeah, and it was 21 directly after the print, right?
Yeah, it was 34 before the print. So before the jobs print, it was 34 likelihood of a hike. Now it's down to 18%. So it's decreased dramatically.
Yeah. It's a serious turnaround.
which is a good thing for gold. You know, like that's why gold's running up. That's why I bought gold. I just thought we saw a retracement and then a continuation.
Hmm. Y'all forgive me. I'm having a brain fart here. What is MSTR again? I know it. I cannot.
It's MicroStrategy or strategy
Okay.
now. It moves with Bitcoin and also influences Bitcoin a little bit.
Okay.
It's Michael Saylor's
Yeah, no, I mean
company.
go ahead. Michael Sayer.
Michael Saylor. It's Michael Saylor's company.
Yeah, Saylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Forgive me. I mean, I knew it. I was just having one of those moments where I just could not think of it. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna start to liquidate some of this trade. It's struggling to get over these highs. We'll still hold most of it.
Hey, thanks for the donation, basketball. How
Yeah.
do you feel?
How do you feel out for an overreaction like Meta? I mean, you just look for like a strong move is fine from that news on Meta, but you also have to gauge the reaction, and I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just kind of look at it to see how big its move, like the percentage moves it makes relative to the catalyst. You can find discrepancies there, which can be profitable, which is where the Meta short came in. You know, we just moved up too much. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just something you got to learn to feel out in terms of overreactions. Sometimes, even if it's good news, markets move up too much, and then you start to see some turnaround the other way, especially with things like memory recently and more. There's still risks, of course, but like, you learn to feel it as time goes on.
Thanks for the explanation, John.
What goes up has to come down? No, not
No.
necessarily. Not in markets. But you can have high probability that it might go down. It's not has to come back down. It's not absolute, but you can have a higher probability that it's going to go down than up based off of overreactions.
Yeah, Newtonian law does not necessarily apply here.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, I sound smart when I use words like Newtonian.
It's
not true, but I sound like it.
You definitely sound like it. It's a facade, you know. But
who is that? I met that dude.
Yeah, facade. He's French.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, and thanks for your explanation, Sage. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's always kind of amazing when an analysis can just feel this sort of thing, or analysts. Yeah, I mean, it's not pure feeling. You're looking at the percentage move it makes. And then you're looking at the catalyst and you're saying, is this justified in movement? You know, like that's the big question. And you can find discrepancies in the reaction versus the catalyst. It's not just a feeling thing. It's just looking at discrepancies, you know, like you can theorize how much you think it should have moved based off of catalyst and how much, when you relate that to how much it did move, you can find some stuff like this. I like extension on the downside a little bit more though. I think a lot of the time there's a big saying in markets, longs take the stairs, shorts take the elevator. And so I like buying big pullbacks in healthy companies long term and just riding them up. That's usually a pretty winning strategy. Yeah, there's a good more than a feeling quote. Is
that a Boston reference?
Yeah, dude.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
You don't even know who Boston is.
Dude. I am Boston. Okay.
You are Boston.
I like Boston so much. In Boston, they call me Boston John. You know?
John Michael is Boston.
Yeah. Q show in life. Yeah, look, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still very green in this long on gold.
Yep.
But
I'll be back in a second, okay?
It's taking too long here. That's cool, Britt. It's taking too long. I'm going to start to reduce size and then I'm going to set a stop loss now right underneath my entry here. MU starting to come back though. Look at MU on the left and look at Tesla on the right. Tesla fading, MU ripping. Maybe not ripping, but moving. I can't type NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA is very flat and rangy at the open, but look at it. Look at memory here on the left. MU starting to go up to 1050s right now. Celsius. I don't like Celsius, man. I'm just not a big fan of investing in it. There's too much trend nature in energy drinks. If you drink energy drinks, you know how many big popular ones have come out, been really big, and then faded into interest. So because of that, I think they're just too volatile to invest in, personally, for me. I don't like the sector of energy drinks. Yeah, Tesla dumping. Yeah, Tesla not looking good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sell this break even and cancel my stop out and get out with a really nice green trade on the NASDAQ. We're out. I don't think we get any 10 o'clock data today either. We do have Lagarde speaking tomorrow. Yeah, interesting Fed print though. Private payroll showed 49,000 versus 110. Not Fed print, but data print, I mean. Manufacturing payrolls were revised negative 2,000 as well. So we saw negative revisions in government payrolls, jobless claims, non-farm payrolls, manufacturing payrolls, and private payrolls, all revised down by pretty big amounts here in the labor report, which made yields drop. It's why gold moved up so much. Let's look at Bitcoin right now. 61,790s for Bitcoin. Hey, thank you, trader. Thoughts on Take 2 and GTA 6? Maybe buy the rumor, sell the news. You know, leading into the GTA release, maybe. I don't know, though. You know, it's gone up a lot over the last 6 months or so, but it was down a lot, too, when they delayed it. So, I don't know. Depends on how... I mean, obviously, I think GTA 6 is going to break records. And so, just depends on whether it compensates for the upward movement we've seen over the last 6 months. So I don't know. I'm kind of I don't know about that one. Maybe. There's the NASDAQ, 30,227s. Not much here, man. Market's still kind of rangy, in all honesty. Not doing as much as it could.
Oh, well, I'm going away again until something happens.
That's fine. Dude, GTA 6 isn't going to be terrible.
Dude, how could you say that? GTA 5 was awesome. Vice City was awesome. And this is a return to Vice City. It's going to be awesome.
Don't put that voodoo on me, bro. You know?
Ricky Bobby!
Can y'all hear the birds? Are they loud?
I just love them. I don't hear them.
Okay, yeah, they're not. I mean, they just chilled out all of a sudden when Britt came back.
Have a very calming effect, you know, on beasts.
Yeah.
Don't you stick that knife in your leg, Ricky Bobby.
All right, let's see if the NASDAQ... It looks strong on the NASDAQ, honestly. I don't know what we're going to do today with this, though.
Is crypto tracking gold on this run?
For the most part, yes. But it's not perfect.
Okay. Well, there you go, Guillermo.
Yeah. All right, looks like the NASDAQ started to fade a little bit. Let's see if we get a bounce here, though. All right, we did take a pretty big trade here. And a little bit. There we go. See if we move up. It looks strong. The trend looks green. Let's let this sit for a second. Yeah, Tesla really reacting negatively here. All right, so we're going to take some more off on this trade now as well. Very nice green trade. 10 o'clock reversal. Yeah, 10 o'clock is in 2 minutes, or about a minute now. So far, we're not reversing heading into it. I'll take another piece off here. And we'll hold the last two with a stop.
Yeah. I just like to use the clock on Trade Debate because it's got a seconds counter.
Yeah. All right, here's 10 a.m. in less than a minute. Let's see what that does for markets today, but...
Actually, that's a great reason to get a, a Lucid account for access to the trading clock.
Yeah, that's right. You know. All right, so we just tapped over highs in the NASDAQ for a little while here. I've got 2 micros left in this long. Yeah, we called it right on the nose here with this one. You know what? I like to ride the range up to the high of the day, not necessarily the break. So we're going to reduce our stop now and cut a little bit, hold the rest. Alright, so we're still pushing here. It depends on the eval, Altuve.
Trump just posted an AI clip on his main Twitter, didn't he?
Tesla fading. I'll hold the rest break even. We've already made our money on this trade. I can let the rest run and see if it goes up big. What's up, Jeremy? Eco data just hit. Factory orders did show up at negative 1.3%, stronger than expected versus negative 2% expected. So stronger factory orders versus expected. Not super influential, but might move it a little bit here. But yeah, factory orders a little bit less negative than expected. Anthropic is also reportedly in talks with Samsung to manufacture a custom AI chip, according to the information. 50K flex. 50K flex, if it's the eval, you can't make more than 50% a day. So I like personally looking for about a third of that. Pass it in 3 days. Look for, what's the target? 3K? So look for maybe, I look for 1,000 a day roughly in a flex account. But everybody's different. Depends on how aggressive you want to be. Still heading up. It depends on if you're funded or not, LTV, you know. Few days going down on MU and got out. Got in SanDisk and down, but MU up. Alright, we're still breaking this high up here, it looks like. Let's see if we do. We're right up to that high level here.
Blue, Tesla already reported deliveries.
Yeah, they came in at 480,000 roughly versus 400 expected. Way stronger than expected, but again, Tesla's dumped since the opening bell. So is Meta. Tesla's down to 412s, was at 440 almost when the numbers came out. I think this is kind of a squeeze down. I think it's buy the rumor, sell the news dynamic a little bit, but I also think maybe longs got in really optimistic after the data print, and then they got squeezed out the more we dropped, and it kind of snowballed from there on the downside.
Yeah, that
That's
makes
probably
sense.
what it is. Maybe it means it's a good time to buy Tesla. I don't know right here. We'll see. Should you buy Tesla right here, guys? Let me know. What do you guys think? Rivian doing well on Tesla's demise, for sure. Alright, this one little micro is still fighting here on this trade. Look at this. Increase my size a little bit here. Let this try to run some more. There we go. Okay. Take another piece off there. Last little bit here. Maybe gonna get out right here. I'm out. I think we got out a really good time there, right on the strength. There's a big saying, sell into strength, and so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna switch accounts now, though. We did lose some yesterday in this account, but we'll see how this one goes. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't know where he's going, but, you know, I'm sure it won't take too long, chat. Are you guys green or red on the day so far?
Oh, and I am back.
Yeah, I told y'all it wouldn't be long. They were scared you were leaving us forever, John. But...
yeah, I'm at the age now where anytime I sit down, I gotta, my knees click, you know. I gotta make a grunt.
Yeah,
You know.
I gotta like my left knee seizes up sometimes. I gotta kick it every
Yeah.
once in a while just to pop it.
No, it's margin. I mean, it's a prop firm charity means they give you a demo. They test your skill with the demo first. You pass the test, they fund you the same amount as the demo. So if you pass a 25K account, you get 25K in funding, but the drawdown is smaller than that. But it's still pretty good bang for your buck. Like a 50K, you get 2,000 in drawdown. It might be like 80 bucks, you know. So the drawdown is still pretty good. Looks like I got out almost at the top here though, so that's nice. Yeah, mostly people are green today. I'm green as well.
I mean, Boomer Payne's blueprint. We are not. Neither one of us is old enough to be boomers.
Yeah, boomer is just a broad term for old now, though.
I find that insulting. Thank you.
Yeah. 408 is next support level. Alright, so we're starting to dip here. I don't know if I like it enough, but we are starting to dip down some. Let's see what we get, but payrolls are out.
I will say I am right there with you though, John, because the first time ever a few months ago in Austin, the first time my knees actually hurt going downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, the knees are getting there.
Bad sign.
Yeah. I like being older. Got to grow up in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I got to grow up in the 90s. The 80s were nostalgic, though, because all the shows we watched, a lot of them were from the 80s when we were younger.
Absolutely. Especially the movies. Especially with, like, older cousins showing you all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Tesla, I mean, maybe Tesla will start to find some steam. I don't want to buy this now, though. We've ridden the market up so far today. MU starting to dip back down to 1040s, 1050. Starting to look a little bit more sideways.
I'm buying a cheetah. Do you mean the actual zoo animal, or are you talking about the car from GTA?
All right, so NASDAQ did just pop a little bit here. Let's see what yields are doing since the open.
Blue, I'm short in MU. It's my only short.
Yeah, good luck, dude. Yeah, here's a 4.133. So yields are basically still down, although they have rebounded back up some. NASDAQ did bounce right here. I don't know what level I have on this chart at 215s or 216s, but we did bounce there a little bit here. We bounced there earlier as well.
I agree with you on that, Yellow.
Do you short a stock by buying a put? Yeah. A put option is a short option. Call option is a long option. If you sell a put, you're basically going long, and if you buy a put, you're basically going short. I'm not an investment professional, though. NASDAQ's still at that level. Let's see if it holds. Hey, later, Sam. Have a great day, bro.
Later, Sam. Have a good one. So basically, put options are the opposite of what they sound like.
Put options, just short options. It means you're betting that the whatever asset you're buying the option in is going to go down. If you're buying it, if you're selling it, that means you're selling it to somebody who's doing it for the same reason, right? So it's the opposite.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I thought. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Blaze? How you doing today, Blaze? You greened on the day, friend?
Hope so.
Yeah, good luck, dude. Look at the NASDAQ still falling, slumping a little bit. It's mostly following MU and memory, though. I almost want to buy this. Almost. You know what? I might buy this pullback here. We've had a pretty good day so far. I'm going to take 3, but we're going to leave it there.
Let's see. I went for a 50-kilometer run the other day. My feet are still hurting 3 days later. correct me if I'm wrong, but a kilometer is 3/5 of a mile. So you went for a 30-mile run and your feet are hurting.
Oh well, yeah, that'll do
Yeah,
it. You know.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, yeah. I mean, if my math is right, you know.
Yeah. All right, so I want to see if we bounce here. I got in long. I'm gonna reduce my size by 1 though, just with how much it's been kind of heading down over the last few minutes.
Alvin says, "Don't short. If you ask people how to short, you're not there yet."
Yeah, that's probably
No
right.
offense.
And long probably has bigger. It all depends on, but for new traders, learning how to long first is good, and then you can learn to short afterwards. Day trading, you got to learn shorts though, you know, because we're not always going to go up. But if you don't know what a short is, you know, it's probably not the time yet. Research a little bit more.
That sounds fair. Also, that looks like a super comfy daybed behind you, John.
Yeah, Trader Jono, I gotta just say, you've got to be full of crap, bro. No offense. I mean, you know, 30-mile run, you just started running 6 weeks ago. You're full of crap, dude.
I mean, like, unless I will say this, unless like you're like a soccer player or something, and so you don't count that specifically as purely running.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're down. I'm gonna have to sell. It's been a good day, but man.
He said 50K. Java. I'm not saying you didn't do it. It just sounds unlikely, and I'm also very not surprised to hear that your feet are hurting if you did do it.
Yeah, look, MU's at the volume weighted average price. Let's see if this holds. Yeah, my biceps hurt today. You know, I lifted a rhino earlier. You know, it was easy work, but now my biceps hurt just a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Not, you know, it was easy, but you know.
Yeah, just a slight tearing away of the muscles from the bones.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. How many pulls can you do? About 30. You know, I wanted to go for 40, but the rhino, you know, got stubborn afterwards.
A rhino elbow.
Yeah. One thing you learn is don't make a rhino too tired. You know, that's when he gets grumpy.
I've heard that.
Yeah, rhino elbow. That's right. Yeah, it was a jiu-jitsu training method. I heard it from the pros. All right, so we did bounce right at that 200 exponential here for the NASDAQ. We did jump into another smaller green trade here, but a little risky for sure. You guys can see it on the P&L at the top, but 200 exponential bounce worked. Now we're sitting on this last little piece. I think we're green on the day now. We bounced right at there at the 200 exponential on this account, that is. Big rebound though in memory. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this in. That's a really strong bounce here, so we're gonna cut it right there. Now we're green on this account as well. And again, if you haven't already checked out Lucid, guys, check it out. Great option. No PDT rule in Lucid. You can day trade the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, gold, commodities. Really nice, honestly. Here's the link if you want to check it out, friends. We appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, my God. Ooh. I have breakfast.
You just got a breakfast burrito, didn't you?
No, not a burrito, but breakfast nonetheless, you know.
I like breakfast, but I appreciate it more in burrito form.
Is Apple still testing? Gold's still holding, too. Apple running here, though. 304s. A pretty good breakfast, guys.
By the way, just for a correction from earlier, whoever said a kilometer is 5/8 of a mile, they were right. I was wrong. I was mixed up.
Yeah.
But still, it's a long way.
I'm gonna start calling it clicks. You know, go back to Nam.
Oh, John, you old so and so.
The boomers know. The boomers know. Uh,
Hey, later, goodness gracious, you have a great 4th of July as well. Hope you have fun.
yeah, y'all have a safe 4th. Except for Blaze, because he's Canadian.
That doesn't mean you can't celebrate the 4th. It's all about the spirit. You know, it's the intent.
Yeah, but the Canadians were kind of against us on the 4th, you know? So,
And while I don't appreciate that, you know, if you have the spirit to celebrate, you know, freedom and independence.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, as young people say, Canadians were the ops. You know, they were one of the ops for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just joking. Blaze, you know you're my friend, Blaze. I appreciate you, bro.
I haven't known you as long, but I too appreciate you. Seem like a good dude.
I'm still mad he can beat me at Halo, probably. But we will never know, you know.
We could gang up on him.
We could. Know? He still might win, but yeah.
He might.
More targets.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. Might short Apple. Yeah, Apple's up a lot. It's up 304s. So Apple's running. Again, gold's still holding pretty well, though. Actually, MU's still fading back down. But look at gold. Gold's popping back up to almost 4150s. Yeah, for sure, Blaze. All good, brother. All right, look at MU. So MU just broke under the VWAP and under the 200 exponential moving average. It's out at 1030s. MU and Sandus now dipping down. Let me make sure there's no news. I don't think there is, but we're checking right now. So key European nations accept Hormuz Strait fees are inevitable. Factory orders did show up less negative than expected. But I think that's just memory moving and being volatile. Look at MU down to 1030s. Gold pulling back a little bit too at 41.5. Still strong though. Yeah, look at MU. MU almost going red on the day. Previous closing price on MU is 1032s. So very possible we break red on the day for MU if we don't, you know, kind of find some steam here. Previous closing price is almost there. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Again, remember to use my code, guys, BGT. On Lucid, Apex, Tradeify, Take Profit. All very good for learning how to trade. And experienced traders, you can use Lucid. Best funded rules on a Lucid Flex account. Look at MU still dropping here. NASDAQ starting to give it up too. So MU is technically red on the day. Right now, technically red on the day for MU. Mostly flat, but still technically red.
Oh, I just saw that. We appreciate you too, Blaze. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, for sure. We might bounce at this previous closing price level and get a rebound, which is kind of what it's looking like here. Previous close right here at this light blue line, if you can see it on MU. I'll have to look at where the previous close is on the NASDAQ. Hold on. Let me put this up on the NASDAQ chart so we can actually see it. Yeah, we're still pretty green on the NASDAQ, but it's not that far away. 30,064 is the previous close on the NASDAQ. So let's watch MU to see if it tests this previous closing price level. Yeah, for sure, Nick. Yeah, it's July 4th with maple syrup and poutine. You know, it rains from the sky. All right, NASDAQ up to 30,150s.
I've definitely had an American approximation and made my own, but I've never actually had real poutine.
Oh, I have. It's very good. It's very good. You feel really
I want
full
it.
afterwards though from all the potatoes, but it's very good.
That's a good thing. Who doesn't love potatoes?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, the birds picked it up, dude. I believe it's plural. I think it's birds because there's no way one bird can have that much energy, you know.
I mean, maybe.
My dad's a falconer, you know. I should tell my dad to come over here. Put one of those falcons outside. That bird will stop chirping real quick, you know.
I was about to say, have your dad come hunt the bird.
Yeah.
It'd be funnier getting him to drive all that way just for that.
Mm. Yeah, well, there's these little mini falcons called kestrels. You don't need a glove to hold them, and so you can let the kestrel like rest on your wrist. And sometimes they hunt with them by driving in their cars, and you roll down your window and you have the kestrel on your wrist, and you can go to parking lots and the kestrel will see a bird and just swoop out the window and get it. All right, so MU just dropped red on the day. NASDAQ still pulling back, testing the VWAP area, but the previous closing price on the NASDAQ, the red to green level, was not that far away. So
Uh-oh.
yeah, we're starting to go a little more red on the day.
That's really cool. I never really thought about that, like hunting out of the car, but it's the same thing, I guess, is what they used to do before the car. They would do the same thing from horseback.
Right. No, exactly. Yeah, that's probably where it started. How does one get into falconry? You got to be an apprentice for years under a master falconer, and then eventually you'll be able to be a master falconer. It's kind of like the Jedi system, you know?
Who did your dad apprentice under? Did your grandpa do it too?
No.
Oh. You should have done it. Well, I'm just saying as big of an animal person as you are.
Yeah, sorry, I'm eating a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I never got into it as much. I went hunting with them growing up, though. All right, NASDAQ still testing that previous close. MU is really what's falling, 1020s.
Yeah, your dad's an awesome dude. He's really interesting. Has a lot of unique hobbies.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's got that ADHD like me, so he's got all these random hobbies that he's accumulated over the years. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what makes you interesting, you know?
Yeah. It's just ADHD. Jack of all trades, master of none. All right, so we're still breaking down here. Let's see if we can hold. NASDAQ almost down to previous closing price. It's looking more red in markets right now, too. All right, so we're still breaking down here. Let's give it a chance, though. Yeah, Meta pulled back, but Meta ran a lot, and Meta's correlating. There's an inverse correlation between Meta and HBM and DRAM and memory right now. So Meta fading originally was good for MU and others, but Meta's breaking down with everything too right now. Nvidia's doing okay, but it's still been in a struggle lately. Hyperscalers like Google are green though. Microsoft's green. Meta's red though. Apple's been on a crazy run. Hasn't really stopped. Apple's one of the steepest charts in the market right now. Apple's a very heavily weighted stock as well. Oh, the birds are here for sure.
And Straight Jack says John of all trades. Yeah, especially since Jack is a nickname.
Yeah. Yeah, my son's name is Jack.
Yeah. I've always found that odd, honestly, just because they're the same number of letters.
Yeah. Jack's a strong name, though. I really like the name Jack.
Oh, no, it's a great name. My brother's name is Jack. It's just like I said, it's weird for a nickname to be the same number of letters as the name.
Well, what's funny is that my son's name is Jack, and his last name is London. So he's literally Jack London. Yeah. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, same person, Straight Jacket said new name of the channel, John of all trades.
I like John Wick better. John Wicks, plural.
I mean, there's no rule saying you can only have one channel.
Yeah.
Different channel names.
Yeah, it's too much work though. There's so many AI channels now that like just kind of post nonsense.
No, it bothers me.
Yeah, I like to keep my energy focused on this one, and that's why it's grown so much. Like we got 20,000 views for this stream. It's because this is my main priority because this is really the biggest one for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jack London is an author.
Yeah. Pretty prolific one.
Yeah. All right, guys. So Apple here. Is it time to short Apple? I'm not shorting Apple. Apple is one of those stocks that's resilient to the AI overvaluation fears to a certain extent. Not perfectly resilient, but still somewhat resilient nonetheless. MU still rejecting. You see it rejected at that light blue line, that previous close.
With Apple, do you think that's because they have so many like physical products?
Yeah, well, they're just less. They didn't pivot to AI like. Well, a lot of AI companies, regardless of like the sector, and not even just tech companies in general, but just companies in general, a lot of them pivoted to AI over the last 5 years relative to what they were doing before. Apple is still getting into AI, but is getting into AI less, right? So what you see is that whenever there's overvaluation fears in technology and AI, Apple is one of the stocks that some people rotate into, And so Apple is seen as kind of a hedge against AI because it's less involved with AI. And it's had some negative reactions over the past few years based off of the lack of a pivot to AI. But when markets fear overvaluations like now, Apple tends to do well. It also got news earlier. I know you were about to say something, Britt, my bad. But it also got news. It also got news earlier that it was getting chips from China overseas. And so, there's some news about that with Apple as well. But yeah, it's rotation is what it is.
Yeah, I recall you mentioning that earlier. So two things. One, I was literally going to say, so they hedged their bets, and you made that exact comparison or reference. And two, didn't you say that some of the companies that they're buying their the chips from overseas are on the Pentagon blacklist or something like that?
Yeah, I did. So it's kind of big news over the weekend for Apple, but Apple's still doing really well. MU's coming down; it's at 1020s right now. So MU continues to fall here too, guys. Look at gold. Gold's pulling back.
The issues because of that. Sorry.
No, you're good. Nasdaq just went red on the day as well, so we're seeing some bearishness show up in markets. Iranian foreign minister said they are holding a security meeting with regional countries. It's an attempt to mask the U.S.'s destructive policy against peace. So, I don't know if that's affecting things. Let's look at oil, but look at the Nasdaq dip here real quick. Nasdaq going really red. So is MU here. So markets are really starting to flush. Let me make sure there's no other news. But I see some Bank of England man speaking right now.
I'm looking too.
Yeah, look at this big drop in the Nasdaq. It looks like it's mostly like memory.
American tankers, ships out of the Arabian Gulf. I'm not really seeing anything.
Well, Meta's breaking down. Tesla's breaking down. MU and memory is breaking down. And so it's probably just all of this combined. And then if NVIDIA starts to turn red, which it did, almost red on the day for NVIDIA, this is all the big stocks starting to slump here, starting to turn.
This was like 15 minutes ago, but this is a bad development, and definitely a bad precedent to set. But key European countries agree that Straits, fees, and Hormuz are unavoidable.
Yeah, so I covered that once already. I think that's definitely bad. But I think,
sorry, I didn't hear it. I think that might have been when I stepped away that you talked about that. I don't know.
It's possible, yeah. But let's watch 1,000 on. No, you're good, bro. You're good. Let's watch 1,000 on MU. Nasdaq now under 30,000 as well here. It seems mostly semiconductors and related stocks, chips. Yeah, Tesla's down a lot, believe it or not. So is Meta. Meta's down, chips are down. They're all kind of moving in unison, to be honest, to a certain extent, except for Apple.
It's weird that it would have such a good delivery report and then turn down.
Yeah, it's, a lot of in markets is buy the rumor, sell the news. So a lot of markets are like, we move up in anticipation of something. And it's for a lot of reasons. There's something called the wisdom of the crowd in statistics because like sometimes you get insiders, you get all these different reasons markets start to trend another way. But then when the news actually drops in markets, you get a correction. People that jumped in take profits. It snowballs down. That probably is the dynamic for Tesla because it was such a strong beat for Tesla. It was 480K, but that's probably what's going on.
I mean, it makes sense when you explain it, but I will say that's kind of one of the harder. It's a simple concept, but it's kind of one of the harder concepts to get used to, at least for me, just because it's so counterintuitive.
Yeah, and it's all,
I forget to take it into account a lot of the time. Is the point because of that.
It goes into mass psychology is really what it does. Like, it goes into mass psychology, and the reason it goes into mass psychology is because, think about it like this. Like, if a company reports good EPS, good revenue, good guidance, the expectations for that are getting baked in prior to it. And so, like, what ends up happening is that if it was as easy as just waiting for a company to report good numbers and clicking buy, everybody would be rich. I'd be a billionaire. I wouldn't do anything else. I'd just sit around, wait for good EPS, revenue, guidance, prints, and just click buy and be rich, right? Unfortunately, it's not that easy to make money in the market. I wish it was, but it's just not. And so, the real moves are happening in the weeks preceding the data print and the weeks, after the data print. So you got to think of it, that's the accumulation of like the expectations getting baked in versus the outcome.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I figure, I mean, and I might be wrong, but a lot of the time, by the time regular people get that kind of news, it's too late. Like the people who are in the know have already
100%. Yeah, the people that are outside of it, like my mom is a bear indicator for sure. Dogecoin was at 75 cents. My mom wanted to buy it. She messaged me saying, "Hey, John, should I buy Dogecoin?" I was like, "No, you shouldn't." Dogecoin's never seen those levels again, ended up going down. So when people outside the stock market or finance circles start hearing about news, it's almost always too late. Long term, it still might be good, but short term, it's usually too late to capitalize on the short term upward projection or upward trajectory that we're seeing.
Yeah, well, and that's what I meant. It's still good for the market, but it's too late to do anything about it to make money off of it in general.
Short term, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my mom recently, with that said, reached out to me about SpaceX. Let me see when my mom reached out to me about SpaceX. Let's see if she's a true top signal here in markets. My mom is 70-something years old, by the way, guys.
Is this going to be like a running bit from now on?
Let me see when.
Just like every time your mom makes a guess about something.
All right, hold on. Yeah, let me see.
I love your mom.
Yeah, I'm telling her I love you, Mom. Sorry, I missed her last message. Shout out to my mom. Let me check. Watch if she's listening right now. She's gonna be like, "Dang it, I'm the top signal."
Oh, does she listen?
Huh?
I said, does she listen?
She apparently does sometimes.
That's cool.
Okay, she said this June 12th. Should I buy a couple shares of SpaceX? June 12th. Honestly, she might not have done too bad on this one. Like, here's a daily chart. June 12th. Honestly, she kind of... It depends on how short term. So she said this in the evening here at about 170 to 180. So we're still lower than where we are now. But after she said it, we did rip up to 225s. IPOs are just different, though. It's too hard to gauge IPOs.
Honestly, I already forgot. What was the date of the IPO?
It IPO'd on the 12th.
Okay, so that day. All right.
Yeah, so she asked me about it on IPO day. But this is probably after it ran up to 175. She also probably saw me covering it on my stream, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
Yeah, so look at MU still down. Let's see. SanDisk is down. A lot of people are watching for Apple pulling back here. Apple's up at 306 is here right now, though, man. Just crazy movements. I hate this song.
What one is it?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and cut out of here in a second. I'll stick around a little bit longer and see what Apple does, but after a point, I'm going to cut it.
And you haven't even been playing Xbox with me after the stream last
Bruh,
few days.
you know, look, Britt, priorities in life. You've rejected my Xbox inquiries many times. So I just feel like I needed to pay you back,
That is
dude.
untrue.
Last
You're
Friday, you
gonna-
were like, hey, we're going to play Helldivers. And so, you know, I built myself a fort in my room waiting for that Helldivers session. I called you and you acted like I had audacity just for asking you to play Helldivers. I was just like, man, my feelings were hurt. I cried, Brent. I cried, you know. I
It
tore
was
my
audacious of you. What can I say?
I tore my
just
fort.
because I
Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
just because I said we should play,
Yeah. I tore the
means
fort
you
down.
should ask me about it.
I tore the fort down in anger and rage. You know.
I can see you doing that actually.
No,
It'd be a very Adam Sandler move of you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Sandus 1900s.
I was just teasing about the Xbox, obviously, by the way.
You're good, dude. Yeah. I'll tell my mom she was right about SpaceX short term. I always felt bad telling my mom to buy anything, though, because she doesn't know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want, like, it'd be great to be responsible for her making a bunch of money, but you'd hate to be responsible for her, like, losing a bunch of money,
Right.
too.
Yeah, I don't want her to lose money. Sandus, man, look, 1889s. MU, this is memory corrections here in markets right now, guys. So this is memory breaking down. Yeah, we're slumping here. All right, guys. So we don't have too much longer left on the stream. Are you guys bullish or are you guys red or green on the day? I'm green in both accounts that I traded today, so it's pretty nice. You love to see it. Nicely green.
Yeah.
So I'm green in most of the accounts I traded. Let me know, are you green or red in markets?
Neither.
I crashed memory stocks today, apparently. Green, red, green, 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 red. What's up, BT? Hard red, green. Yeah, I mean, let's see if memory bounces back. You know, the previous closing price is at 1030s. I think $1,000 might be a support level for MU. I'm hesitant to say it, but maybe we get a support level at 1,000 for MU, and maybe that props markets up. But it's a big if. Yeah, so we'll see. $1,000 is not that far below us here. NASDAQ, again, has started to fade under 30,000 now. So obviously we have some support at 885 or so, and 30,000 is a level for the NASDAQ. But we're deeper red in the NASDAQ. Let's see if we hold this dynamic. But Amazon's doing well.
Start trading again on Monday.
Yeah, happy Thursday, BT. It is the end of the week today. After long days under the water, 9% up today. Hey, nice, Rome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Amazon's doing well. I'm in Amazon, I believe. I'm pretty sure I'm in Amazon.
Romer Simpson is the name.
Yeah. My portfolio is doing really well. My investing portfolio. Nike, Netflix, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, Apple, Amazon, all doing really green today. So, you'd love to see it.
Congratulations, Sean. I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you, man. I mean, I deserve it. I've worked hard. I deserve it. Look at Amazon still ripped, though. So this is rotation out of memory and tech.
Yeah, you do.
Amazon, Apple, a little bit more diversified outside of AI. So this is rotations to a certain extent. Look at Amazon jump. Apple jumped up a lot. MU. Mostly red on Fridays. Yeah, it's the end of the week. Market's closed tomorrow. Stock market's closed tomorrow. Start a move though here. Microsoft's ripping. All right, guys, I'm probably going to shut it down. So again, you want to help support the channel, use code BGT on all major prop firms. Tradeify has their select option, so you can kind of pick your path, similar to Lucid Flex. Lucid Flex has end-of-day drawdowns. Great way to learn. Apex has the cheapest accounts, and Take Profit's great for beginners. So no matter what kind of trader you are, use code BGT. I appreciate it. We try to do this free. I don't sell a course. I don't even claim to be an expert. We do this live every day, breaking down all the things going on in markets. If you appreciate that, hit the like button, subscribe. Use code BGT. You can find the links to all of that in the description right now. And you guys be safe today. I'm glad most of you guys are green. And again, if I don't see you tomorrow, which I don't think I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, y'all have a happy 4th. Be safe. Don't be too crazy. You know, don't drink too much. Y'all be good. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be safe. Happy 4th to all my American friends.
And what he said.
Yeah, what I said
Thanks
for
for
sure.
tuning in, everybody. Oh, I mean, basically he said everything I was going to say. So ditto for that. And
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in today, everybody. And I hope y'all have a great 4th of July, great weekend.
Yeah, safe and happy weekend. Y'all be good. I'll see you guys next week. Later, chat.
Later, people.
I'm still here. I swear. I've been clicking. I've been clicking this button, and it didn't work this morning. I thought I started the stream, and apparently I didn't.